Good evening and welcome, friends. We are back with The Wrong Side of the Wall, Season 4, Fade to Black. And tonight is our third episode, Weapons Free. And without further ado, Thomas, you are on recap duty tonight, so take it away, my friend.
Okay. Last week on Alien. No, last week on Wrong Side of the Wall, Fade to Black. The first event of any interest was Dune getting called into Wickers' office. Captain Wickers hailed him to the office, and when he got there, him being Wickers, and Lieutenant DeMarco were both inside waiting for him. Lieutenant DeMarco suggested that they bamboozle Weyland-Yutani by keeping Dune instead of handing him over to the research vessel that was coming to pick him up. After a little bit of dickering on how this would be done, they decided that they would fake Dune's death by using his powers of glamour to shoot a fake snuff video, essentially. So once they agreed on that, he was given some time to go see Lone and shoot that video. And seeing as he was staying with them, Wickers officially added Dune into Red Squad under Sergeant Rav. Dune headed down to where Lone was tinkering with some such and fiddle-faddle, and in a bid to get him to help filming his fake snuff video, he started to just ask him for the equipment, for a little bit of assistance. They bicker for a little while like the two chatterboxes they are, and then they agree to make it a lovely student film about Dune flying out of an airlock. While they're off shooting the video, after they're done shooting the video, the squad is called into the briefing room by DeMarco, who announces the official adding of Dune to the Red Squad. And then everyone is enlightened on the fact that they've been called to Tenebris Station for reasons unknown, and that everyone on the ship, or the ship itself, has been diverted to protect Weyland-Yutani's precious research and maybe survivors if they happen to be, easily grabbable, but mostly the research. Red Squad, on their downtime, everyone did a lot of different stuff, but just before that downtime, Red Squad all met together to have a drink in the mess. They acquaint themselves with Dune's powers. He kind of gives them the lowdown on how he teleports and he has the glamour abilities, so that they know how to work with him in combat. And then they decide to talk about how terrible Malt was and toast to his honor, but then they're basically like, actually, you know what? Fuck Malt. Here's to Dune. We're not toasting Malt at all. Let's see. In their off time, everyone has varying conversations. Spindell heads into Sergeant Rav's quarters or office. It's his quarters. To have a conversation about the viability of Dune as a member of the unit, how he seems to shirk authority. He's not a professional soldier. He's not trained. We don't know anything about him, and he frankly thinks that him being added to the squad is an insult. Boone, rather than going to see the sergeant, immediately heads to Dune and lets him know that he doesn't like him and he wants him to shut up. I will look after you, you will look after me, and we don't have to like it. And he also doesn't like that you're a smart-mouth lily liver. After those happen, Rav make Boone and Dune meet in the mess hall to try to get them to make nice. Dune immediately threw Boone under the bus about their private conversation. And he questions whether Boone would let him die, given the opportunity. To which the Sarge says, no, even if he doesn't like you, that wouldn't happen. Dune explains a little bit of the Facing the Future world to Rav so that they can get an idea of what it was like in the other world and how potentially some of the evil Black Talon squad may be chasing him. Eventually, the crew or the ship land at Tenebris Station, and the squad all hop into a skiff and begin flying over to begin the sweep and clear operation. Lone is ordered to spacewalk and performs a manual bypass to open the hangar bay doors. And after entering the ship, the other squad, I believe it was Blue Squad, secure the hangar, and Red Squad sets off to clear decks 3, 2, and 1 in that order because we're starting from the bottom up. As we begin into the first hallway, a bright orange ball, like a dodgeball, rolls over to Dune, and he picks it up, and when he turns it around, scrawled on it are the words, "Play with me?" And then the the session ended, and we are all horrified to know what that could possibly mean.
So speak for yourself. I don't think there's going to be any danger.
And the rest of the campaign is just a dodgeball tournament.
That's right.
Roll for dodge, roll for throw.
I
my
can't get hit. I can teleport.
That's right.
So,
But what if we anticipate you teleporting to the place you teleport to and then hit you where you teleport?
I don't have an indicator in which way I will teleport.
not that
But-
you know of.
What if we anticipate your movements, because even as a person, you're not totally random, you still have your patterns. So we could eventually read your patterns of where you teleport.
You're going to
Even
die
if you're
long
seemingly
before you get to
random.
learn that much.
Whoa,
about
whoa.
Dune.
Die.
Whoa,
It's just
whoa,
dodgeball. What do you mean die?
Whoa.
All right. So,
I think
anyways,
that covered
Dune
everything.
has-
This is
You're-
alien.
Throws that
That was
ball
great.
hard.
You're not gonna Dunamorph us, are you?
So,
Does
Um,
anyone have anything I missed that was particularly
I
important?
think that was it.
no, you covered it well, Thomas. I liked
Good.
it. Thank you very much for your recap.
Oh
God
yeah, I
says
just
you're good to go.
remembered we're on the station thing now, and I was like, oh yeah.
Tenebrous
Denver
Station.
Oh, what's behind?
So we're still in. The cargo bay. Blue Squad is currently setting up like the smart turrets and securing the area and blah blah blah. And you guys are starting to move out towards one or the other hallways. Haven't gotten that far yet. I'll describe where the exits are in this room in a moment. But as you're sort of getting into formation, this dodgeball rolled from a random direction and sort of stopped and sort of lightly hit Dune on the ankle. He picked it up, spun it over, and it said the words, yeah. So,
Play with me.
I thought we were in the hallway.
and,
No,
yeah,
just
so
into the entry cargo bay, right? We hadn't made it
No.
beyond
we
that.
haven't. No, we haven't. So we were
Oh.
getting off of the skiff. We've lined up in formation. I'm subscribing to formation.
That's
And
as
we
far as
all
we got.
came rolling from behind one of the cargo crates.
Gotcha.
My mistake then.
So, no, that's okay. No worries. It's it's a huge cargo bay. So there are sort of hallways. I just don't want to confuse.
There are
people
little
with,
areas
like,
that are
over
sectioned
the
off by
corridor,
the
but-
things that have been piled in the cargo bay.
Yeah,
But
so it's
there's
not
no
like,
hallways in the
Yeah.
station
Uh-huh.
proper that we've accessed yet.
That's right, exactly. Halls made by rows of cargo or something like aisles. I just don't want to confuse anyone and think, oh, we're in a corridor now.
Sure, don't forget
Still in the
Yellow
cargo
Squad and what was the other one? Orange
Green.
Squad or something?
Green, yellow.
Green and yellow? Okay.
Yeah.
The boring colors.
Sweet, that means we still have blue squad as fodder. So Dune has picked this ball up. He's rolled it in his hands. I think, if I remember correctly, Richard, you said something along the lines of,
Guys,
guys, I don't think we're alone.
I don't think we're alone in here.
Yeah. For everyone's visual reference,
Everyone
yeah.
looks at the crowded cargo bay with all of the other soldiers in it.
Sounds right. Sounds right.
everyone has seen Dune hold this dodgeball. However, no one else can see the word scrolled onto it. So, as Dune spins around and sees the writing, he sees it. Anyone else who bothers to look at Dune sees that he's picked up this ball, but does not see the writing.
Hmm.
So,
Is it colorful?
the ball, it's bright orange. That's what it stands out incredibly in this sort of black and gunmetal gray room.
Mhm.
So, before we get into you guys resolving,
Well, I mean,
picking
I'm
up the
down
ball,
for a game, but I think that it's not really the right time. I don't even have a net set up.
So like I said, it's a huge cargo bay / shuttle bay / loading area. The two skiffs have been planted in the middle of the room, but closer to the docking door. You just sort of you guys found like a clear spot to land them in and landed them. There's supply crates and things stacked up around you. There's metal barrels, most of which are actually sitting open right now. Nothing exciting in them. Most of them have like canned beans and things like that. Various like mass goods.
Delicious canned bean.
Yeah, another barrel
Now
has all
that's
the can
dinner
openers.
right
Honestly,
there.
it's probably the best food the Corps has seen since they've been awake.
That's my kind of dinner.
Canned corn. Wow.
Reconstituted protein for dinner. Again. Nice.
in terms of exits, so I'll just continue to describe the room before we kind of zoom in on the ball finding. That sounded better in my head. There is sort of 3 doors out of the cargo bay. There's one straight in the center. It's the largest, about garage door size, I would say. It's got a simple keypad on one side, and it slides up. The other 2 doors, there's one to your northeast and one to your northwest. And these are like regular door sized, such that you would have to probably walk 1 or 2 side by side to go through them. Again, simple keypad on both. They also look like they have like a scanner on them, like for a key card. It's unclear just from over here whether or not you would need both or either to access them. But yeah, those are all the entryways. So just to reiterate, there's a door northeast, northwest that look exactly the same, but obviously go in different directions. And then there's a central door, which is sort of garage door sized, which obviously leads into some sort of central area. Given the size of that door, it seems obvious that that is where cargo would probably be brought to and from in this room. Like, it's the only one big enough that you could, like, wheel a big trolley through. The other 2 are obviously just meant for humans passing through. Or other things shaped like them. So, not to exclude Dune.
Question.
So, yes.
We're in our EV suits, so obviously we can't, like, smell the air or anything, but does it look like there's been a lot of traffic in here recently?
Interesting question.
Like, is there dust on the ground and it's like nobody's been around for a while, or does it seem pretty clean and everything?
No, the station doesn't look abandoned at all. There's no dust collecting on things other than, like, things you would expect, like boxes up on high shelves or something.
Warehouse
like that.
stuff.
Yeah, but no, it doesn't look like that. The floor is cleanish, as clean as you might expect, like sort of a work area to look.
And there's
swept.
Okay.
So
there's no like dead.
I would like to ask about how we got our cargo vessels in here.
Okay.
Or not our cargo vessels, our transport ships.
I was gonna say, how long was the distress signal going for?
You hacked the door.
No, I know that, but I mean, what does the mechanism look like? Is it a multi-part airlock in that we came into a sectioned off area, the airlock closed behind, the airlock opened? Because otherwise, I would expect that this entire area would be subjected to vacuum every time a ship came in.
Yeah. So it's pretty simple. It's pretty rudimentary, but yeah, it's got a basic sort of double door system.
Okay, so I hacked the outside doors. They opened up. Everyone sort of came in. Those closed behind us, and then new door. It repressurized the area and then opened the new doors.
That's right.
Okay. So kicking the aliens straight out is just not going to work unless we get both doors open.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about? This is just an average space station out in the boonies. So
an average Wayland-Yutani research starbase.
Yep.
And we also don't see any bodies or any sign of like foul play or anything around here. Just everything looks standard.
All the bodies you spot in the cargo bay are living.
Wait, so there's a bunch of people here?
Blue Squad.
It's us.
Us, you guys are Blue Squad. Yeah.
Okay. Can we kill Blue Squad?
There are currently 9. There are currently 9. There are currently 9 Marines sort of sauntering around in this cargo bay. Blue Squad, like I said, is busy setting up the turrets and sweeping around with the motion tracker and making sure they're secure, as they were ordered to by the lieutenant. And you guys are getting into formation to start your march on Rav's orders, and that's when the ball rolled and hit Dune in the leg.
Oh, we literally got the ball rolling.
That's right. Well, somebody got the ball rolling anyways.
Certainly taking our time on it.
So anyways, with that in mind, Dune has picked up the ball. All of you have noticed that. The stage is yours.
Don't drop the ball.
And Rav, it's left up to your discretion in terms of which door to explore first. So, as long as you sweep all of this deck, DeMarco does not care in what order you do it in.
And there might be one other detail I need calling out. DeMarco mentioned it last week, which was that although we're in pressure suits, there's no reason to believe that the civilian population of this station is. So we have to seal off both ends of each section before we can explore it, just in case we need to go up in pots and blow holes in the walls.
Granted, that's if we find any civilian people alive.
Well, this is under the expectation that there are still some civilians living, and if we put holes in the sides of the stations, there won't be.
If you open fire before securing a section of the bulkhead, you will be in big trouble.
Well, what I mean is if there's holes in the bulkhead already there. When
I don't know what happened, Lieutenant. We got here and it's just this whole area was just riddled with bullets that happened to look like the bullets that would come from our guns. I don't know why everyone in the station had a pulse rifle and was just opening fire everywhere.
We will see what happens, Kirk.
Oh no, somebody must have gotten a hold of some of our ordnance.
Hopefully we
Definitely
don't
not
need
us.
to vent some civvies. Hopefully.
So venting civvies is still a bad thing, even in this.
Only if they find out about it.
It's not about finding out about it. It might be,
I see you're playing by Wayland Yutani rules.
Yeah. Yes, my opinion of Rav has sharply dropped in the last 30 seconds, but
that's not Rav, that's just Kirk.
That's true.
Do we
That's
know
true.
how
Rav's
long?
a cool guy.
Do we know how long their distress signal was coming from before we took the mission, or did it had just happened a little bit before that?
There's not really any way to know. It was just being broadcast out into space in every direction.
Do we know what the earliest point at which we received it is?
So the Golgotha was already getting the message when Dune awoke.
Okay, so it's been days.
Yeah. So it's been at least a week, because Dune's now been on the Golgotha for about a week.
Nice. So...
Well,
yeah, that would answer your question about it not looking abandoned, Kirk, but that means it's been a week. A lot of stuff could happen in that time.
I don't know. Maybe the janitor survived and he's just been really, really good at his job.
I mean, we haven't met any... I mean, I don't know if they exist, but we don't know if there's working Joes or anything else. That could be automating the ship as well.
Doesn't matter. Everyone on the station died horribly. I'm going to sweep the floor.
God, somebody's got to clean up their blood.
Yeah.
I don't think there'd be any working Joes. There's Sigson, right?
There's Sigson, yeah.
For sweet.
And I think...
I know what WI makes. Probably have some sort of equivalent.
Can I play this sweeping guy in our next campaign, Nathaniel?
If his name is Jenkins, he's going to die.
Duly noted. Anyways, so Dune has picked up the ball. Rav, you have either noticed or not, up to you, but you are deciding which door to proceed through first. So.
Can I bounce the ball?
Okay.
It says play with me. I'm going to take it literally for a moment.
I think there's a question mark.
It was a question mark, yes.
Yeah, that prompts... It's technically a prompting. Dune bounces the ball a couple times.
Dune, where'd you get the ball?
I don't know where it came from, but it just bumped into me, meaning it came from a direction.
Nice. Pass.
Yeah, sure. And he throws the ball over. I can't see. Can I see anything out there, Nathaniel? With my special eyes?
Special eyes. Noting where the yeah, so I should talk about the lighting a little bit too. Everything's in like emergency lighting mode right now.
Yeah.
So you got like the red light things going on. But it's not a really big deal for any of you. Like Dune can see in the dark, and all of you have shoulder mounted lamps. So you would have those on. Unless
Lone spins the ball on one finger for a few moments before it falls off.
Yeah.
Is this some sort of toy in here?
Tracing the ball from the direction that it hits your leg in, you don't see anything else like it. There isn't like, you know what I mean? Like there isn't like a big basket of dodgeballs where it could have just like been knocked out by someone passing it. Yeah. It just seems to have come from a direction where there's like a bunch of generic crates.
Seems a little out of place. Especially for the coloring. Everything else is glum. And Lone passes the ball back.
Are you too serious right now? We got a job to do.
Look,
the ball... I'm always serious, Saul. Do you know me?
The ball said play with me on it. So, like, look, Look, I've seen stuff out there. Sometimes you got to take it literally, all right?
Nothing written on the ball, mate.
Oh. Okay.
Now, if you two are done goofing off, can we move on?
That's interesting.
Where'd the ball come from? I might as well investigate it. It's very out of place here.
Points in the direction he assumes it came from, where he had tried to peek over. There was nothing there.
No,
And then we,
Nothing,
Just
at
a
least
bunch of barrels.
suspicious. Yeah.
is there a door near it?
No, it's coming. It came from like behind you guys, like off to one side. So there's just a wall with some crates.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't see anything, so.
Oh, and again, to remind you, Chris, your character alone would have the motion tracker. That would be because you're teamed up with the machine gunner.
Smart gunner. Yep.
Your job normally, unless you're actively doing something else, would be to have the motion tracker out for him.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I pulled that out of my kit.
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Must have just
Obviously, the
been
tracker.
one of those random Weyland-Yutani research balls, you know? Find them all over the place.
I mean, it could have been magic. I don't know if magic exists here, if I'm the only magic thing, but it could have been magic.
We tend to call it science, but I know what you're after.
Okay.
Lone, anything on the radar?
Shit, Sarge, if I had a radar, life would be good. On the
You
motion
know what
tracker,
I
though,
mean.
I'm getting diddly besides us.
GM can confirm.
All right. Well, let's move out, boys. And I picked the closest door to us.
Closest door. Okay. I'll say.
Yeah,
it's
so
simple but
before we
complex
do
for you.
that, do we have enough of an idea of the structure of the interior of the station to know where the other exits, the other seal point for this section is going to be?
If I was able to have a map, do we have a map for this as well?
For the cargo bay is sealed right now because.
No, I mean for the section we're about to be entering. Right. So if we follow Rav's directions, go for the closest door, wherever that is. Do we have enough of a sense of where the other door is, or do we have to venture through it to find the other sealable door, then seal it, and then venture back through again?
Yeah, exactly. You would have to the door would be on the other side. Depends on what kind of room it is. If you're entering a corridor, then the sealed door for the other end of the corridor will be on the other end of the corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, I'm wondering. It's probably not like every single hallway that's sealable. It's probably like certain sections. So
Yes.
it could be a long way that we have to travel before we
Yes.
find the next seal point.
Yes, exactly. Most corridors wouldn't necessarily self-seal or have seal points, depending on what they were expecting.
Okay, so in that case, I turn to the Sarge.
But
So, Sarge, what are your orders in terms of finding the seal points? We don't want to seal the door behind us, do we? It means we have to leave people behind to seal the first door, or we have to, go all the way to one door, seal it, come all the way back, seal it, go all the way back again. How do you want to do this?
Yeah, no, you got a point. I think the best course of action would be to move forward, do a thorough investigation of each area, seal off the kind of the offshoots while maintaining a way back to the shuttle bay.
There's not windows on these doors, is there?
No.
No, they use Linux.
Okay.
Haha, nice. It's Apple doors. No, there's no windows on the doors. That would make sealing the cargo bay pretty tough.
All right. What do I have in the way of remote drones or cameras that I can leave behind?
Drones.
Nothing like
it's worth asking.
Like
in Aliens, they did have that little drone thing on a crane that came in.
Yep, I know. You don't have anything like that.
So they have tethered drones at least.
Sarge, do you know the rating?
Pops are a real thing in the Alien universe as well, but you don't have anything like that.
All right.
You have the motion tracker is about as fancy.
It's the highest tech that I get. All right.
Yeah.
Spindo?
For now.
Do we know the rating on the composites of this station? Will small arms be viable until we can seal these sections off? Or is it
For info, you're probably asking in character, but I'll just mention the pulse rifles fire armor-piercing rounds, so that would be very
but
bad.
I'm specifically asking if pistols are okay.
Your pistols do not fire armor-piercing. So, assuming that your aim is true and the bulkhead's not too bad off, it would not do the same kind of damage that an armor-piercing round would do.
Just making sure we're not completely defenseless until we seal a section.
You also have melee weapons.
Yeah. Let me.
So when you say that there is, it might be okay, are you saying mechanically speaking there is a chance that it won't be?
Yes.
So we fire a small arms weapon and you roll on a table and you decide who gets vented into space?
Well, the way he said it, I think he specifically means if we see a bulkhead that's doing poorly to begin with, if we shoot that, it will probably go bad. But
shoot bad bulkheads. Got it.
Well, I guess the appropriate thing to ask then is put it back into character. What would our characters know about just trying to discharge small arms in a sealed environment like this?
Well, you don't have guns. So
I can
need nothing.
Let me answer that in character then.
Yeah,
if you
exactly.
Go ahead and ask that, Thomas.
So are the composites rated highly enough that we can use pistols in the meantime?
Honestly, I don't know what Wayland Yutani has, but while weapons is free, hold your fire unless you're in danger.
Understood.
I'm feeling in danger.
We
Remember,
don't
guys,
want
you
to
got fancy
jeopardize our own
knives.
safety.
You got those fancy knives too. You can use those.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, us.
Hey, look, that's all I got. It's all I need, but it's all I got.
No, you
Not
also
really
have
selling your
teleporting
case
and
really well there. All right.
image crafting shit. So let's move
What
on.
next, Sanj?
So yeah, we go through the door and what do we got next?
Closest door is on your left-hand side. It's a very simple keypad. You were given the generic code to open doors, so
Password 123.
there would be a common password that would be used for public access terminals. You know that code, but there would be codes, for example, maybe for the command bridge or officer quarters that you might not know. But you've been given all of the codes that the USCMC knows. So you have most doors will be able to be opened with a code unless it's changed or you're locked out or there's a special door. You should be able to just go boop 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 and the door should open.
Well, clearly, if it's a special door, it should be indicated as such, so we'll know.
Exactly. It's 80085, of course. How did you know?
Boobs.
Anyway.
The station explodes. Roll new character.
Okay, well, I try the codes. Do they work?
Okay. They work, and the door starts to slide open. The side doors.
Perfect. You don't need me at all, Sarge. I'll just stay right here.
The
Don't worry.
side
I'll just door
doors,
safe.
The smaller doors, rather than opening from bottom to top, open right to left. So they slide this way, like you're opening, like a shower, like pulling across a shower curtain or something.
Ooh, kinky.
The door slides open with a smooth, sort of rail sound, and you see down the corridor again, just like the cargo bay. The emergency lights are on here. They're sort of flashing. You can see that this is a curved hallway. The corridor is narrow at the doorway and then widens out nicely, that you can probably stay in formation once you've cleared the doorway. It curves a little bit around to follow the natural circular nature of the station spire. And you can see that the long, massive corridor halfway down has another regular person-sized door that leads into a central area. You surmise maybe the same area that the cargo bay's elevator garage door led into. And then at the far end of the corridor, there's another door that continues into an unknown area.
All right, Spindle, you got a point. Let's move up. We'll check the doors on the left and right, and we'll move up to the end.
Affirmative.
In that case, Lone goes into position behind Spindel and lifts the motion tracker. And the solid, slow beep, Beep.
They're all around us. They're in the walls.
Not yet.
Can I have Dune roll
Insanity check.
survival, please?
That's a hit.
Okay.
You die. Sorry.
You hit them. As you continue down the corridor for about 10 minutes, you get like a real like nasty like shiver down your spine, Dune. Just like that, like somebody's watching me sensation. You don't hear anything, you don't see anything. There's just that sensation. And yeah, there's too much sort of noise to this environment for you to focus. And it's by the time you like fully aware of it, it's gone. It doesn't happen again. So, also the reprieve you were getting from the sort of sickening of the metal that you were kind of getting in the skiff has ended. The station is making you feel just as woozy as the ship was. It's obvious that the iron in the metalwork around you has returned in full force. So not enough to hamper you at the moment, but enough to just make you like a little bit. Oh, they probably don't want to eat anything right now. As far as the motion tracker goes, Lone, as you guys continue down the hall, another 5-10 minutes pass. You note that the only dots on the tracker are you guys in formation. And then as you start to pass the door that leads into a central chamber, there's a very, very brief blip elsewhere on the tracker, further up ahead.
Contact.
It goes blip, and then it disappears again. Just for a moment. And then it's back to normal.
Yeah, as soon as he calls contact, Spindel would stop and hold up the hand sign for everyone to stop behind him.
Right on the edge of a range, I call out the direction.
Yeah, direction indicates that it's behind the door at the end of the corridor.
All right. There were other doors in this hallway too, right?
Yeah, there's two doors. Well, besides the door you came from, there's two doors. There's one at the end of the corridor, and there's one about halfway, which is about where you're standing right now, that leads to your right, assumably into some sort of central chamber.
All right, Spindel, you keep pointing at that door on the back at the end, and we'll check out the door here so we don't get swamped just in case.
Spindel will let the harness on his smart gun hold the smart gun, and he'll pull his pistol out, and mechanically I will be using the Overwatch ability on that door.
Right.
With my pistol.
Gotcha.
And obviously, I'm not going to immediately fire unless it looks like a threat. If a civilian comes through there, I'm not just going to blow him away.
Right.
Probably.
All right. And while we're here, I want to get an idea of what are we seeing in terms of interfaces in this hallway. Is it all just solid metal all the way through except for the doors? Is there any sort of touch plates? Are there intercoms? Is there anything that I mean, these doors at least have opening mechanisms. Is there anything else more complicated here?
Yeah, so all of the doors have keypads on them. There's little vestibules and alcoves in the hallway for obvious temporary storage. Some of it's being taken advantage of. Some of it's just empty. But every so often along the corner, there's a weird there's a weird alcove onto one side where obviously people could just tuck things in, or people could tuck in. Ooh. Otherwise, there doesn't seem to be anything like that. Sweeping across
standard Aliens universe corridors, all cramped and low ceilings kind of thing.
Oh yeah. Tomb sanding down.
Kinky.
You do notice sweeping across the ceiling that there are intermittent areas where there's speakers set into the ceiling for I guess for station-wide communications.
Mhm.
But you don't see any kind of terminal for sending out communications from this corridor.
All right. Soldier, permission to check for live wires. I want to see if we can draw power here.
Granted.
And Lone sort of stacks the motion tracker on top of the smart gun assembly there. Hold on to that for me. Be right back. And goes over to the nearest speaker, pulls and starts pulling the plate loose.
Right. Okay, it's not too difficult to do so.
All right, and I get in there with my electronic tools and check whether or not we've got continuity, whether we're drawing voltage, and whether there's an opportunity to try and get into something system-wide, or at least establish our communications in such a way that instead of trying to do our minimal comm links, we can tap into the system's comms.
Okay, Comtech, please.
Can do.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
And I get a +1 from my electronic tools.
Ooh.
Nice.
But it's a nothing.
Much
That's a
like
lot
the
of rolls
shooting
for nothing.
range, no accounting for luck.
Yeah. The wires that you made contact with here all seem busted. Poor maintenance and potentially abuse has not left you much to work with here.
Oh, bloody stripped right back.
All the speakers here are obviously decorative.
Right, so I'm not even seeing power flowing through here.
No.
Right. Sarge, if you can get those doors open enough to do it manually, doesn't look like there's even power running through this section right now.
Understood. Still got to clear it. All right, Boone, you and me, we'll breach this door. Lone Spindell, you keep an eye on the end of the hallway there.
Let's
What about
do
me?
it. You stay put.
You watch our backs, dude.
Okay. And he gets into, I guess, whatever Overwatch would be, but has a knife in his hand.
Hey, a knife is all you need when you can freaking teleport anywhere you want.
Absolutely.
Man, if only somebody was smart enough to bring a shotgun. Damn. But everybody knows shotguns and RPGs like this are just useless.
Wouldn't do us any good.
Okay, so sorry, just to be clear, you're breaching the middle door, right? The one that leads to the center? Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to open it, see if we can kind of do like a manual override or anything like that.
Okay. I want one of you to roll stamina then, please. You're gonna have to force the door.
Yeah.
Who knowing Boone, would
yes.
I know that he has more stamina than me when it comes to exercise?
Yes, watching him in the gym, you guys are about
There's a
even
sweaty
in
boy.
terms of, you guys are basically on par when it comes to your physical physique.
All right.
Gotta be in this core.
Do you feel lucky?
Yeah, you know I'm always lucky, Boone.
Then go for it.
All right. Cover me. And I just click on the skill, right?
Mm-hmm.
Click on stamina.
Are you sure I can't use range combat? I'm really good at that.
Yeah, does this include medical aid at all?
Yeah. Can I medically
Sarge, if
aid
you're
the
worried
door?
you're not going to be able to get it open, I'd be happy to give it a shot.
Rav's got it.
Apparently I know how to bust doors down, man.
Yep.
I'm a door kicker.
Yep. With Boom watching your back, you managed to sort of wrench the door open on one side, and then it's easy enough to push it open the rest of the way. Sort of like forcing open a door in a mall, like a sliding door in a mall or something like that. Pushing it open and seeing inside, you can see that this was probably like a commons area or galley.
Yep.
The entire basically central area of the spire is basically taken up with this one massive chamber. You can see that it's round to match the inner tube of the spire itself. In one corner, you can see what looks to be a service-style elevator. You assume that goes both up and down from here. I say service. What I mean by service elevator, like it's big enough that you could get people inside as well as like grates
Equipment and
cargo or
stuff.
something.
Yeah.
It's currently closed, but you can see it's got a very simple like up-down pad on it and another little keypad like other doors have had. There's 4 doors, right? One on each side, presumably leading to other places. However, right now the doors or the elevators probably aren't the biggest draw. All of the tables and chairs in this area have been flipped over or damaged in some way. Most of the chairs are just haphazardly sort of flung around the room, upside down, on their sides, whatever. You do note that each of you notice that the tables have all been flipped so that the tabletops, which are metal, are facing one of the doorways. It does not take any of the geniuses amongst your squad to understand that they were trying to set up some kind of simple barricade.
What does that mean? I don't know what barricades are.
They obviously did not have enough tables to cover every conceivable angle, but most of the tables are currently configured to face the direction of the elevator.
Of course, the elevator.
Um,
Stop it with these tropes, Nathan.
Your good news. You have found the first signs of people who are not you. Bad news. They are not of this world any longer. You notice 4 corpses strewn across the room, and I say strewn. 2 of them are sort of literally like bent over the table barricades. You know what I mean by that? Like, so they're like they're on, like their stomach is like straddling the top of the table and they're like hanging over, their arms flopping over one side, their legs dangling on the other side. One's just lying on the ground and like in the center, and one looks like he was in the process of trying to open the door because his hand is like sort of rigor mortis against the wall, like sort of clutching like a wall panel. And he's just sort of slumped to the ground. All of them look like they were shot to death. All of them exhibit obvious bullet wounds.
All right, team. Looks like we got some bodies here. May not be a rescue mission after all. Boone, see if you can determine when this happened, approximately.
Okay.
Okay, Boone, if you could roll me medical aid.
There it is. No.
Oh,
That's a lot
it
of
happened
dice.
sometime between now and when they died.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Spindell and Lone, what are you guys doing?
I have been ordered to hold the door. I'm just
Right.
maintaining my overwatch position.
Gotcha.
And I'm hoping somebody's keeping track of the motion trick.
I put it down right on top of the smart assembly there.
Uh-huh.
Dude,
Spindell's good for so many things. Meanwhile, Lone is fitting the plate back onto the column above him and putting his electronic tools away.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. And Dune?
I was still watching down the hallway, but
Okay.
I guess I'm still watching down the hallway.
Yeah,
considering
basically
I
they were.
never got told not to look away from it.
Okay.
Yeah, they were just kind of watching our backs while we checked out the door.
It doesn't
Okay,
mean that nothing is still out there just because we opened the door.
Boone has had to enter the galley in order to check these bodies. Rav, have you also entered the galley?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and the rest of you are still in that corridor. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So unfortunately, Boone, you're unable to determine exactly when the bodies are. They're unusually kept. Maybe it's the temperature that the station is kept at. Maybe there's something about these people in particular. They don't really show any obvious signs of decomposition in the way that you would expect. Or maybe you just had a lousy sleep last night. But at the moment, there's nothing that you're going to be able to gain other than it's obvious to you where they got shot. It was all center mass kind of things. Small arms fire. These guys weren't tooting assault rifles or anything. These all look like civilian grade pistols. And speaking of civilian grade, 2 of the gentlemen in the room that are dead, 2 of the corpses, I should say, I guess, are wearing like station security garb. Like they have the security uniforms on. They have a patch that identifies the station on them. The other 2 are unmarked in that way. They're just wearing what you would consider regular clothes.
Now, Sarge, this is something I would call unusual.
It looks like they were in a firefight. I don't
That's
know.
right.
Seems like there might have been some sort of coup here or something.
Something went down for sure.
Mm. It looks
Well,
like
I'll
it was
be
from the
damned.
elevator, too.
Certainly does.
Anyway, see what identification you can grab. We'll need evidence of what we found here.
Yep. You got
So
it.
I look for any name tags or badges or anything that they have, or dog tags, that type
And I
of
do
idea.
the same.
Oh, yeah. And yeah, none of them have dog tags, but the security guys do have their names sort of on their jackets, like you would imagine.
And then also if they have a security pass or something.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. Both of the security guys have little security swipe cards attached to their belts.
Cool.
Yeah.
Take those 2. They won't need them anymore.
No.
One for you, one for me.
And then I loot their clothing just in case I need an extra set.
The civvy guys, like I said, are just dressed in hoodies and pants kind of thing. Aside from some pocket lint, they don't seem to be carrying anything of particular value. So.
Surprised they wouldn't have name tags or anything.
So.
That's
Nope.
okay.
Nothing like that.
You have your name tag, right, Kirk?
I don't know who that is.
Well, how else are we supposed to know when we find your dead body?
I don't know if they had some sort of ID or something, or if this is a science station, they usually have a name tag because they're scientists.
This is true.
They do not have name tags then, so perhaps.
Which I guess it's just they're not scientists.
What are they wearing? What would
Janitorial
their
staff.
style of clothing be considered? The
Yeah.
civilians?
Space station
Because if we do they look like civilians that were on the ship having fun?
No, I'm trying to be
realistic here. Is it
It's a good question, because if they're in suits, that suggests something for the aliens universe versus they're in unibody, whatever
no, that
clothing,
is actually-
overalls.
Yeah, was it
That
a suit
actually
from the
is
company or was it
That actually is a fantastic question. They are dressed in what you would consider to be street urchin clothes, which is extremely unusual. They're dressed not to put too fine a point of it, they're dressed like hoodlums in a dark alley.
they don't belong here.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Well, at least they won't need to be worried about getting evicted. They got evicted the hard way.
Brutal.
Lone sort of pokes his head back as you guys are continuing work, going through the room. So go on it. Oh, well, I guess that's why I didn't show up on the motion tracker.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to move forward with extreme caution at this point. Might have contacts that are hostile towards us and armed.
We still got whatever's in the room. Don't forget about that.
Yeah. We'll check that out next. Anyways, I don't see anything else of import here, and if needed, we do have some security passes we can use just in case.
Yeah.
Well, that's good, Sarge, except this whole sector seems to be powered down. We'll have to get somewhere else where actually some electricity running through to make those useful.
I'm aware. Anyways, let's close this up for now, and if we need to circle back, we'll come back here.
Aye, sir.
As far as where the motion was coming from, you now have sort of 2 entry points. You can cross the large galley area to the door that's obviously facing that direction, or you can go through the door at the end of the corridor that you guys were starting on.
I think I know what direction we're going to be ordered to go.
Mm-hmm.
Through the galley, right?
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Now that's what Kirk says, but what does Rav think?
So, but like I said, there's the galley was obviously sort of the center area of the station, and there seems to be a door in basically every direction. So,
Okay. I walk back out with Boone. Give Spindell a tap on the shoulder, indicating that we move forward.
All right, Spindell holsters his pistol and gives the motion tracker back to Lone that's sitting on his smart gun holster.
Oh, it seems like it was so comfortable there. All right.
Lone, I don't want it sliding off and breaking or anything. I'm pretty
that
sure
would be a tragedy. I'd have to go back and get another one.
If you break another motion tracker, I'm pretty sure they're going to court-martial you.
Oh, now wouldn't that just be awful?
Men, weapons at the ready. We may encounter resistance as we try to sweep.
All right,
move on.
Spindell starts moving.
Would have been fun without resistance.
Lone flips the holster loose and pulls out a service pistol, holding it loosely in one hand while he holds the motion tracker in the other.
That goes for you too, Dune. You gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. But hopefully there isn't any actual resistance. Be good if people don't die today.
Those were bullets, so keep an extra eye on that.
Yeah, I know. I guess it's a good time to find out if I'm bulletproof.
All right, so we move down to the door at the end.
Okay, at the end of the corridor. Gotcha.
Provided
You trip all the wires, right?
There's another blip or two. Again, just like flashes ahead of you, in wherever this room is leading, but they're gone. If you had to put your finger on it, they're too spazzy to be coordinated moves. It seems more like someone is like flailing.
Okay. I would like to ask the
pacing
GM
back and
whether
forth really fast.
whether Lone is able to, by these sporadic contacts, get a sense of how fast whatever it is that I'm seeing on the scope is moving.
Brisk jog speed.
Brisk jog. Okay. So not too fast to be some people moving around, but they'd have to be moving with a purpose.
Or if they had a very long stride, they might be moving really fast and not moving fast because they have very long.
They could be moving a lot faster if they wanted to.
Maybe it's maybe it's another Dune. Who knows?
Two rats pacing very vigorously back.
Two dunes, one bucket.
All right. Well, Lone calls out contact whenever it shows up, and then when it sort of flashes and is gone, and then flashes again and then is gone. Eventually comments, whatever it is, it's moving pretty quick, and seems like it's kind of cagey.
Could be nothing, but we need to take extra caution.
Probably a couple of things, honestly, because I'm seeing it on two sides of the scope, unless it's moving real fast in between.
Okay. So as you get to the end of the door, again, the same thing. This corridor doesn't seem to have any power, so this door is going to have to be forced open.
Yep. I'm going to try and breach it again.
Okay. You know what to do.
All right, men. I'm going to open the door. Spindell, you on the ready with your gun. Lone behind him with the motion tracker.
Well, Spindell pulls his pistol again.
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2,
I said
1.
Nice.
How are you going to stunt that door open?
Yeah.
I caress it softly, and then it just goes.
Your options are, give one success to another PC in the same situation as you. Gain a +1 modification to a later skill roll relating to this one.
They call him the Door Whisperer.
You're hardened by the experience and don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future.
I'll pick that one. Yeah.
Did that door just sigh at me?
Okay.
Flitter its eyes.
So from now on, I will not call for you to roll to open doors.
Yep.
Neat.
Nice. We solved the door puzzle, guys. Holy shit, we're on a roll right now.
You're damn right.
But if it's Windows, we're screwed. Or if it's a slightly different door, we're also
It's
screwed.
Linux.
Hey, enough stunts, and we'll have control over all inanimate objects, guys. First keypads, now doors.
I said
Holy shit.
I joked this was going to be a survival horror game. That might be why.
Only keypads. Only
I've now
windows
gained
are
mastery over doors.
Basically a Metroidvania at this point.
Okay, anyway, so you force the door open, and you peek inside, and it looks like another cargo bay. This one does not have an external door for shuttles, and thus it is not built exactly the same way, but it basically mirrors the one that the squads entered initially. The space that does not need to be used for shuttles, thusly, has been packed even tighter with various cargo crates and barrels. The lights here are in the worst shape that you've seen so far. There are emergency lights, but only about half of the lights in the cargo bay area are working. It's a massive cargo bay, right? So I don't think you're in a little tiny square room. It's like, sort of small warehouse sized. Not big warehouse like takes up a street, but like a warehouse in like a strip plaza or something where it's it's a couple of units kind of thing. And the ceiling is high enough that honestly the emergency lights don't help a lot. They're not aiding you in very much ways. Luckily, again, like I said, all of you are either able to see in the dark because you are fairy, or because you have shoulder mounted lamps. So
I'm a fairy?
So,
Aw.
well, so
You can be anything you want, sweetie.
So Spindel would stand in the threshold, provided
Mhm.
there's nothing threatening looking
Mhm.
directly in front of him, and he would call to Lone. Lone, where is your tracker picking up those motions in degrees?
Lone takes a look back down the tracker, takes a look up. Nothing right now, but and calls out the 2 degree points.
right. So the degrees would be sort of to your east by northeast, so kind of looped back towards the large door that obviously will lead towards the galley.
So like the 330s, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
69 and 96.
All right. Do I see anything that would be in those degrees, or is there not? Or actually, you know what? Do I see or hear anything?
You
In that
sweep
direction.
you sweep your light across the corner. No, you don't really catch anything there. You know what? I'm gonna have you roll observation, please.
Uh-oh.
One
Okay.
success.
Okay. Then as you sweep your lamp over some of the crates in that direction, you think you see like a leg, and it sort of like quickly snap out of the light.
I think I have contact behind those crates over there. I saw what looked like a limb. As soon as the light hit it, it popped back behind the crate.
Can Dune hear anything that the other people can't?
I would like you to roll observation.
Are you in an EV suit right now, Dune, or no?
I
Yeah.
am.
So would that
Well, I have zero.
impair his hearing at all, or
That answers his question. Unfortunately, no, you do not pick up anything.
Because I'm feeling like this, I'm not focusing well enough.
Exactly. The station is too quote unquote noisy for you. You're having a hard time focusing. So, outside of a few like, "Ooh, I got a bad feeling about this room," it's not clear why you're.
I got a bad feeling about this drop.
And where would the other ping have been?
Very close to that, like
It
10
would be
meters
within my
left.
field, in my field of vision if I'm looking there.
yeah, question.
Yeah.
Are there chains in this room?
No.
Are
there
they
no-
dripping?
Yeah. How did you know? This is the chain room. 20 xenomorphs strip out the walls.
Damn it!
Naturally.
No, there are no chains in this room. However, as Spindel calls out about the motion and spins his light to the next crate, somebody pops out from behind it, yells, "Pirates!" and starts opening fire in your general direction. I would
Sure.
like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Oh, god damn it.
This guy's
How-
lost all my sympathy the instant he opened his mouth and became an idiot.
Initiative dice, right?
Yeah. So what you want to do is click on your token, as we have done for other RPGs, and then with it selected, click initiative dice.
Go, dice roll.
How do you drag your token again?
Yeah, sorry. How? Yeah.
Go to your character where your character sheet is. Click and hold your name and drag it out onto the white sheet.
And then click on it while it's on the white sheet to have it selected. Go into the character sheet and click initiative dice.
Is higher initiative good or bad?
It's bad in this one.
Bad. You want low initiative to go
Great.
first.
Yeah.
How do you get lower initiative?
It's just a roll. It's just a 2d6 roll.
Is that
Well, we're all gonna die, guys, to some average stupid asshole. See, like the instant this guy opened his mouth and said pirates and started shooting, I'm like, no, we don't need to bring him back.
Sorry, I gotta refresh roll 20. I'm having some weird technical issues.
Yeah, I'm not able to do
One
it.
moment.
Refresh as well.
Oh, okay, maybe we do survive. Oh yeah, I guess I should add my character picture to my profile.
Oh no, I want to do the
Oh,
other way around.
there we go.
Sending. There we go. All right, just waiting on. How are you doing?
It's not happening for some reason.
Okay, so yeah, so hover the mouse over your name, drag it into the white sheet.
Yeah, there we go. I don't know what was different that time.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, hold on.
Okay, with the token selected.
Initiative dice, which is right above
Okay,
the close
I've done it.
combat
I've done it
section.
for you. I've done it for you.
I for some reason things aren't popping up.
Anyways, I've done it for you, so we'll figure it out some other time.
Yeah, makes sense. Spindel goes first.
Okay, Spindel, you have first initiative. Yeah, I have some bad news for you. As he shouts pirates, 3 other dudes pop out from behind crates, all bearing arms. You get, all of you can see that the 4 gentlemen in this room who have decided that you are all pirates for some reason, are wearing the same station security uniforms that you saw earlier. Also, any of you who flash your lamps over them can see that their eyes are totally bloodshot. They look like they injected themselves with like 20 caffeine injections. And they are like...
They are strung the hell out.
They're shaking. They're holding like weapons out, and they're like they're clattering so much they're like rumbling the metal crates around them. They are probably not going to be able to shoot very straight, but they could still shoot. So, anyways,
They take a
Spindel,
-5 to hit.
anyways, Spindel, you do have the first turn.
All right. I will start. I will use my fast action to seek cover.
Okay. Luckily, this is a cargo bay, so there are lots of stacks of metal things to tuck behind. So finding cover is pretty easy. You may treat, while you are behind the cover, you may treat your armor as 2 points higher.
Excellent.
Your slow action?
Huh. Man. I mean, my weapons are free. I don't know if I should just shoot these guys.
Well, my standing orders before this were to shoot if threatened, basically.
Yeah, so I guess I'm going to shoot at the one who.
Yeah, and I do want to
first
mention that
yelled.
I want to mention the guy who yelled pirates blind fired in your direction. He just sort of hit the
Mhm.
wall. So
Actually, I am going to shoot. Are any of them not in cover? Is there an easy target out of the bunch?
no, they're all sort of peeking out from around a crate or a barrel
Okay.
or something.
So I'll fire at the one that shot at me then with my pistol.
Okay, go for it. So remember to roll for the pistol and not range combat.
One success.
Okay.
Oh, and I guess I should have probably asked beforehand. What range are they from us?
Oh, they're all medium-ish. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
I'm assuming long range would be like 2 rooms away, and we're like in 1 room with each other.
Yeah, like if they were all in the next corridor down, that would be long range. It's a little bit contextual. It depends on whether you're inside or outside. But I would say pretty much everything in this cargo bay is medium range.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So that'll be 1 point of damage for a successful pistol shot.
okay. The security guy gets nothing on his armor roll. So he takes 1 damage. So you manage to hit him in the shoulder. He recoils back. You can hear him sort of groan.
And can
as
I?
he does so.
I don't see shouting as an action. Can I shout something to them as well?
Yeah, you can say like a sentence.
Yeah. We are the US Marine Corps. We ask that you sling your weapons and defer to us. And that will be my turn.
Right. Not the guy you shot, but someone else in the room goes, They're lying, sir. There's no Marine Corps. Only black. And it's over to you, Lone.
All right. Lone tucks his head down since he knows he's the tallest target. Holy hell. Friendlies! Why am I even bothering? And he takes a few quick steps back out of the room and goes to find, as his fast action, that's basically run. I've got no enemy at engaged range. And then I'm going to substitute my slow action with another fast action, use item. And I'm going to try and patch my Comtech or electronic tools rather into the nearest utility panel and see if I can't manipulate something inside of this bay. Either loaders that are automated or lighting brings something back on.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But in any form, try to see if there isn't something that can be manipulated inside this bay to give us an advantage or to bring these people to their senses.
Okay. Let's see a Comtech roll.
Come on, baby. Don't screw me over again.
Yeehaw!
Nice. And that's a stunt for you as well.
You never have to do this again.
This boy's stunting.
You get a +1 modification to a later roll skill relating to this one. You don't need to overcome this exact challenge again.
I don't think we're going to do this
quickly
exact
half.
same challenge again.
You do it
No,
quickly
just
half
word
the
it
time.
this way, and
You get new or unexpected information. You hide your tracks, or you show off.
Tempting. But since I only have the one stunt to spend, I think even Lone in this situation would go for you get new or unexpected information. Since that's exactly what I'm looking for. Unexpected information about what I can do here.
Okay, excellent. So first of all, you do succeed. You managed to turn on a auxiliary light, sort of like a spotlight, one that might be used for, I don't know what you might use it for, but it's mounted separately from the overhead lights. It's off to one side.
Okay. It's for when they turn the cargo bay into the theater.
But it's got sort of a
around
police
Christmas time.
It's got a sort of a police floodlight sort of aspect to it. And it shines down directly into the center of the room. And sort of just like splashes that whole room in bright light. it's bright for all of you basically because you've all been walking around in really dim emergency lighting with a flashlight. And it floods the room for a second, and all the security guys, obviously having been even less accustomed to the bright light, all basically like recoil from it. They all instinctively spin and grab at their eyes. Interestingly,
Luckily, we're in EV suits where it automatically does the polarization filter.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
nice. Yeah. You guys aren't as effective because I guess you have little screens on your helmets. And...
It would even make sense for them to have polarization because we could be exposed to space and direct starlight and so on.
Can't flashbang us, bitch.
Absolutely, yeah. That would not work very well for you, but it does harm them a lot. They all kind of turn around. They all sort of turn away and sort of clutch at their eyes from the bright light. Your extra information, thanks to your stunt. You're very good at this, Sloan, and you can recognize, like any artist, can recognize when someone else has painted over the same wall as you. Someone has actively gone and messed with all of the various interwired electronics on the station, not in a skillful or interesting way, but basically the electronic version of going like they've done their best to just try to scramble everything and just
right.
throw in dummy code lines of code and just like physically tear at things and throw in redundant programs that loop on themselves and cause things to shut down and spark and break.
Right. A little bit of denial of service sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just make a lot of noise and mess.
Yeah. There's no way this could have just happened from neglect. Someone has actively gone in and tried to cross as many wires, both literally and metaphorically, as possible.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I don't think I'll communicate this to the team that's under fire right this moment, but I will hold on to that.
But I want to know.
All right, I think that's your turn then. So I'm going to move on to Boone. So to update everyone, the 4 security guys, one of them has been shot in the shoulder, have all recoiled and are currently like clutching at their eyes. So
I will notice that there's a stop panic slow action. Anybody cares?
Nope.
I considered it, but not really my forte.
I can do that.
Anyways, Boone, over to you.
I'm gonna yell at these guys. Drop your weapons and stand down.
Okay. Can you roll for me? Let's do manipulation, please.
Manipulation.
Huh.
Beep boop bop. There it is.
Damn it, Bobby.
Huh.
That's my job.
Okay, 1 success. Okay. Or a success, I guess. It's just there's no counting successes in this system.
The success.
The one who Spindel shot in the shoulder kind of like starts peeling his hands away from his eyes, and with what little strength of cognition he has, sort of tosses his gun sort of haphazardly onto the ground, and it sort of slides across and hits a crate. And he just kind of like slumps onto the ground in sort of like a little kid sitting on the floor kind of motion. And he just kind of lets his arms go limp at his side. He just kind of sits cross-legged on the ground and kind of just stares down, like almost catatonic. And he just kind of he just kind of goes motionless and sort of just leans on the cargo bay and kind of clutches at his shoulder. The other 3 grimace again from the lights, but they do not drop their weapons.
Okay.
So I will consider that your slow action because you had to roll for it, but you still have a fast action if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Grab the wheel.
I guess it would.
Climb into spacesuit. That's my favorite action on the list.
I will. I think I'll like ready to shoot if anyone else does.
Okay, so
That's Overwatch.
you're going to
Yeah.
Overwatch? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Give me a direction, left or right?
Left.
Left. Okay. Understood. Okay. All right, over to you, Rav. So tactical update. The guy in the center who initially called pirates, he's dropped his weapon. He's slumped against the crates, and he's just sort of like rocking back and forth, cradling his shoulder and just sort of staring at the ground.
Mm-hmm.
The other three still have their weapons trained on you guys, but they're all sort of shaking and sort of recoiling from the light.
So, question again in regards to initiative ties. Like this one, me and Boone were both tied. So, how did you end up breaking that tie?
Higher mobility, I think.
I just arbitrarily decided Boone went first.
That one.
Oh, well, fine then.
It's just context.
I see how it is.
So,
No, it's all good.
Yeah.
All right. I want to kind of address the room in a loud, commanding demeanor.
Okay.
Stand down, you incompetent fools. This is Sergeant Ramos Rav of the Colonial Marines, here addressing the distress call sent out. If you do not heed my warning, we will treat you as hostile and shoot to kill.
Okay. You may roll manipulation or command, your choice. The results will differ.
Interesting. Trying to think of which one it would be. I was originally thinking just manipulation because I'm trying to manipulate the guys to not being idiots. But then again, I'm also trying to use my authority, right?
Yeah, exactly. You called out your rank and name, so you could also argue it's exerting command.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that then.
Okay.
Hey.
Nice. One success. Okay. So at the moment then, the one in the center has dropped his weapons. There's another one sort of center-ish. There's one to the left and one to the right. So the other one in the center kind of cocks his head to one side like he's just realized something, or like he's like somebody's shaking him out of like a daydream. And he goes, right, and he like throws his gun across the room like he was like holding something icky, and just sort of tosses it across the room, and then realizing he tossed his gun away, he kind of panics again, and then just kind of goes, and then he does sort of like what you would have maybe cops have a criminal do. So he gets on the ground and he actually like splays his hands out in front of him in almost like a kneeling posture, like you would if you were waiting handcuffs. And then he just kind of like freezes there.
Okay.
But the other two guys continued to have their weapons trained on the group.
Okay. Then I would like to proc my field commander perk.
Okay.
Where I can use command as a fast action.
All right.
And then I'm going to, if it's allowed, address them again.
Yeah, go ahead.
I repeat, stand down, or you will be fired upon.
Okay. Roll again, please.
Nah, they're gonna die. I tried.
Not this time.
They don't hear reason the first time.
By this point, the sort of after effect of the bright lights is starting. You can tell is starting to wear off on them. They're starting to shake their heads, and they're bringing their guns to bear. They're mumbling under their breath, such that maybe Dune, you can pick it up. One of them is just repeating over and over again, it's all black. It's all black. It's all black. And the other one is saying, help will come soon.
Okay.
And they're just sort of repeating that over and over again. You
Okay.
guys all hear like it's mumbling, but it's just like blah, 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 blah. But Dune, you probably are able to pick up what they're saying. So
Okay. Well, that's both my actions then. I didn't really enter the room. I'm kind of doing the shout through the door for them to stand down so I don't get shot.
yes.
So I can't really take cover, but I'm also not entering the room.
Okay, understood.
So if we have like a move action type of thing, I just kind of stay out in the hallway.
Yeah, you can take a couple of feet in a direction
Yeah.
without having to spend a move. Yeah.
Yeah.
An action rather. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it.
So, yeah. Okay. I'll be
Speaking
you.
of Dune, you're
I
muted.
guess I have not entered the room either since.
Let's get this
No.
combat Dune, guys.
Can I
No,
see
you-
them from where I am?
You and Boone were at the back of the formation, so if Rav hasn't entered, I'd imagine that neither of you have either.
Well, because I breached the door, so I was off to the side.
Yeah, exactly. Spindell has clearly entered the room. Lone has clearly entered the room. I assume everyone else is still at the edge of the corridor.
Right. Can I see these two that are left from where I am?
Absolutely. Everyone can, especially now that Lone's turned that big floodlight on.
I want to act on. I mean, it's not really. I guess I'm acting on the information I got. If he's saying it's all black and they were blinded by the light, what I'm thinking Dune is going to do is he's going to use his illusion magic to reflash them for a longer period of time. Basically, put a sphere of light around their heads
Right.
so that they could be flashed for as long as we need them to be.
Okay.
Oh, Dune, that's awful.
And that's what they
Flash
get.
for eternity. Oh,
Flashed forever.
flash flooded.
Yeah, so, survival, please.
Oh, man.
No. Okay.
Do we get XP when we fail?
No.
Damn it.
Not like that. No, you just fail when you fail.
Damn it.
You start to do the illusion, and much the same way that, and of course you wouldn't know this, but in much the same way that Lone encountered someone has sort of just done as much damage as they can to electronic systems, you feel for a second Dune convinced that someone actively tried to counter you. Whether that's true or not, or if you're still just woozy from the amount of metal around you, obviously you can't know. But you would swear if someone made you talk,
It felt like something stopped
Yeah.
me.
Someone actively went, no.
And it stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Could you have stopped that?
I guess
We're only
Dune-
facing humans. Stop it.
I
that was your-
guess
that was your slow
my
action.
Slow action.
Yeah.
Teleport
off the station.
That might be his safest bet right now.
Yeah, a little bit. I guess seek cover would be appropriate. I would just get out of the kind of line of sight of this.
Are you seeking cover in the corridor, or are you seeking cover within the cargo bay?
Inside of the corridor, if possible.
Okay, inside the corridor. Gotcha. Okay. Excellent. So you can treat your armor as 2 points higher.
Hooray.
Granted that, and they probably don't even have line of sight on you, so.
Yeah.
Whether they can even shoot at all.
Regardless, I felt weird and said, I'm getting out of here for the second.
All right. So. All right. Station security men. So 2 of them have kind of been pacified. The other 2 are still in shooting mode. So the one on the left goes to shoot, which triggers your Overwatch boon. So you can shoot them first.
All right.
So remember, you want to select the weapon, not ranged combat.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I select my weapon and I just hit attack.
Yep. You got a hit. Security man rolls for armor. Nope, that's initiative. Don't roll for initiative again.
No.
He gets one. So, your shot manages to ding on the side of the canister that the man is hiding behind, and sort of bounces ineffectively to the ground.
That's an explosive canister, though, right?
Yeah, it was a
Unfortunately,
flame canister.
it's a
Yeah.
green canister. Not a
No, damn it.
All right, so he shoots,
Can't see so well in here.
but he completely misses. All right.
Oh, these guys
all
are holding rifles?
Yeah.
I thought they had pistols.
No, they have rifles out. So
Uh-oh.
CV level junk rifles, but bad news. Yeah, bad news for you guys if they keep missing. Second one goes to shoot. This is the one on the right. Also misses completely.
Out of curiosity, who were they aiming?
Well, it's only 4 dice, so.
Who are they aiming at? They were aiming at you, Spindle.
I had a feeling.
But they completely miss. And they very clearly damaged the walls with their rifle fire. They have just sort of blind fired and sprayed the walls behind them. More shots like that, and this room will be unlivable to someone outside of an EV suit. So,
Not my problem.
Rick's so merciless, damn.
Well, it's not
we
just
probably
not
should get back
not
to
your problem, but we haven't sealed any of the doors in the station yet.
Yeah.
So if they break the barrier here, that's going to end up vacuuming out all
We've
the air
gone
across the
for 2
entire
doors.
station. Exactly.
Yeah.
We didn't have a
We
chance
were
to steal them
careful.
yet.
We were careful.
We've been careful, but these guys,
I would say,
Mhm.
presumably, there's some sort of
there might be some sort of pressure
Pre-built
mechanism,
thing
but
between
it's
decks.
probably not working the way it ought to.
at
Not
least
if the
between
power's
decks,
sporadic.
I would imagine. Yeah.
So, anyways, that's probably the main threat. You probably don't need to worry too much about civvies on caffeine. It's more so probably that you need to worry about the walls. Back to you, Spindle.
All right. I will use the aim fast action,
Okay.
and then I will
Remind me
fire
what that
at-
does?
It gives me a +2 modifier to range combat.
Oh, great. Okay.
And then I will fire at the one on the left.
Well,
Question.
Yes.
Would my commands from before be beneficially affecting my team now? By basically telling them to, like, if they don't stand down, to shoot, and then my team can now shoot because they're not standing down.
Your commands are both directed at them, though, not at your team.
Oh, well. Just checking.
Good question.
Roll.
Yep.
1 success.
Okay.
Damn.
That's a lot of
It's just
dice.
so unlikely.
Yeah, now you know how Nathan felt during Vampire when he rolled like 20,000 dice and got 1 success.
It was so sad.
So the dice pool goes sometimes.
It's a hard soak.
Right,
Yeah,
well-
it just bounces off the crate.
I passed my turn.
Alone?
So, given that this is a cargo bay, it's got to have some heavy-duty doors, right?
Yep.
All right. Lone is going to look across at where some walls are suddenly looking a lot weaker than they were before. And he's going to look at the doors to the cargo bay. And he is going to send, throw a quick hand signal at anybody who happens to be looking, saying, let's get out. And he's going to go over to the control panel and see what he can gimmick in ways in terms of getting this door sealed if and when we need to.
Okay, gotcha. The door that you guys opened to enter here, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. The one that connects it to the rest of the station.
Okay, Comtech, and you can...
That is the only door in or out of this particular room, I assume?
Well, there's other doors, but they're all sealed right now.
They're all also sealed at the moment. Okay.
Yeah, this is the only one that's been compromised, I guess we'll call it.
Sure.
Comtech, and you can have your bonus from bypass.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That's a lot of
There it
dice.
is. Okay, you got it, though. You only need one. Yeah, you can seal the door basically any time. But obviously, you have 3 members of the squad in the corridor and 2 in the room.
All right, so I get on the
Yeah.
comms.
Mhm.
Soldier, I can seal this door anytime. We should just. But your call.
Confirmed.
All right, and then I'm going to reserve my slow action for acting on Sarge's orders when he gets around to them.
Okay. Yeah, there's like a preparer or something, isn't there? So.
Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. Stop panic. Give orders. Persuade. Use signature item.
I don't
Maybe.
really,
I mean-
I don't really see like a prepare, but it's fine. It makes perfect sense to me. So
All right,
You just call it like an Overwatch role, but the Overwatch is not
Yeah.
shooting.
when this thing happens, I close the door.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. With that in mind, then we move on to Boone.
What is the situation currently as of that last round?
So there's still 2 guys shooting. They both tried to shoot at Spindel. They missed spectacularly, but they've punched holes into the walls.
Shit.
So
Okay.
it's a bit compromised. Lone has managed to get a lock on the doors. He could shut the door and seal this cargo bay at any time. He's just waiting for the call.
I'll take
That's
another
why
shot.
That's why he prepped the action of when I get the order, I'll close the door.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take another shot.
Okay.
Same guy as
Whiskey or
last time.
brandy? No, I was kidding. All right, gotcha.
Whiskey, by the way.
Nice. Oh, hello. There we go.
Now
All
you
right.
can't argue with that.
You murderlated that wall.
Okay, so let's see. The stunts for range combat. You inflict 1 more point of damage. You can choose to stunt multiple times if you roll several successes.
Mhm.
You pin down your enemy. They need to make an immediate panic roll. You position yourself and get to exchange your initiative score with your enemy, not to your advantage, because they actually go later than you do. Taking effect next turn, you can't go back to your earlier initiative. Your target drops a weapon or another handheld object. You choose which.
However, if he were to switch initiative, wouldn't he go again this round?
No, it takes
No, 'cause
effect next
Yeah,
turn.
it says taking
okay.
effect next turn, yeah.
Hmm.
Your opponent falls to the ground or is pushed back, for example, through an airlock.
Interesting example.
Where would they have pulled that from?
So lots of options. You could just choose to increase your damage if you are indeed shooting to kill, but there's also stunts for forcing him to drop his gun or.
And I mean, you could do multiple of them also.
Yeah,
Oh,
so you,
that's
yes,
true.
You got 3 extra successes, so you can do 3 stunts.
Yeah.
I'm going to inflict an extra point of damage.
Okay.
I'll ask that they drop their weapon.
Oh, okay. I'll ask.
And I'd like them to get pinned down.
Okay.
Thrown out
Alright.
the airlock.
The airlock, yeah. Okay, so you shoot at them regardless of hit here. They will drop their gun in panic. So let's see. No successes on the armor roll. So that is 2 damage to him. He is on death's door. Yeah, it's not lethal. He's on death's door, and in his panic and pain, as you shoot him in the side, he drops his rifle on the ground. It skitters along the metal floor, and he like slumps to the ground, and starts screaming, just like blood curdling scream,
Oh, I wish.
which
you
I
had
will not
finished it.
replicate. Which I will not replicate for us because
Does it sound like one of those screaming goats?
No. It sounds much more like
Wilhelm?
Or like a human being in extreme pain.
It's not communicate anyway. It is blood curdling, is unsettling. It sounds more like a scream you might hear in surgery if someone's getting amputated.
Oh yeah, I know what that sounds like. I've heard it all the time.
So,
Good to know.
yeah, okay.
I amputate everybody.
So he is on the ground. He has dropped his weapon. He is screaming and sort of flailing about. And he is bad. So, okay. So that was your slow action boon. You still have your fast.
My fast.
Wait, you're fast?
Yeah, my fast.
We got it in here too. We did it.
Yeah.
What? I don't understand.
Grab the wheel.
The wheel.
I will pick up item.
What are you picking up?
Can I
Person?
grab his weapon, or am I not close
You're
enough?
still in the corridor. There's no way you're going to get to your weapon and grab it in one action.
Right. Okay. Then I do nothing else.
All right.
I mean, you could seek cover. It wouldn't hurt. One of them still has a gun.
Okay. I'll seek cover. It's
All
a
right.
good idea.
All right. Over to you, Sergeant Rav.
Okay. This time I am addressing my team.
Yep.
All right, Spindel, Boone, Dune, get the ones that are disarmed, and we are evacuating this cargo bay ASAP. So I am giving them a command.
Roll command.
Just trying to think of how that would impact them. Okay. Boop.
Oh, sorry.
Ah!
Obviously, of course, they
Spend that kind of night.
will follow through on your orders because they're under you, but they won't get any bonuses.
Yeah, that's fine. But I still got my slow action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to start my engine.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw my weapon at them.
Oh, okay.
Let me see.
All range combat, I guess. Improvised weapon.
Close combat, shoot. There's really not anything we can do. Okay, yeah, I guess I'm going to aim my pistol at the one remaining that still has his gun up.
Go for it.
Because these guys are idiots, and I feel like shooting something right now. Oh yeah, I should not select this weapon sucks. I need to select my service pistol. Okay. And attack. What? 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 I'm done. I'm done, guys. I'm done. Just kill me. Just please just kill me. I'll catch you guys next season. All right?
Oh, whatever.
What a whiffer.
No, they don't deserve any sympathy.
So they bounce. The bullets bounce off the metal canister, and your pistol round falls to the ground. Abudin?
I don't know what I can do in this fight.
I gave you an order.
Rav gave you a direct order, so you might want to follow that.
Or not.
Sorry, I missed it because we had somebody in chat. Can you repeat it, Kirk? I'm sorry about that.
You basically grab the unarmed and get out of there.
Can I blink in and blink out?
Yes. Teleporting is a fast action for you.
Is it two
That's why I
fast
trust
actions?
you.
Because grapple person is also a fast action.
Yeah, so teleport in, fast action, teleport out with second fast action.
Sure thing, I can do that.
Okay, which one are you grabbing? The slightly
one that-
wounded one in the center, the very badly wounded one on the left, or the other one that just dropped his gun?
The one
the
that
center.
dropped his gun because he is the least likely to
die.
attack me at the second. Also, and to die, probably.
Yeah.
So grabbing the uninjured one, gotcha. Okay, so
Yes.
you poof in, you grab him. He's the one, remember?
I poof in, and I'm like, look, don't be alarmed. And I grab him and I poof back out.
Yeah, he's the one who I mentioned was splayed on the ground. Like he's knelt in the like awaiting handcuffs mode. So he probably doesn't even know who's grabbed at him. He just like he has the sensation of what? And it's like he doesn't move. Like he's very clearly catatonic. So he's just sort of like frozen in like the prayer position. Anyway, so Beodun disappears from the rest of you and reappears with this guy. And he's still on the ground.
Good job,
If
dude.
this guy's catatonic, Saj, look, we might not get anything out of him.
Gotta try. Keep going.
Okay.
2 more rounds, boys.
He is not happy.
All right, so that's both of your actions. Only one of the security guys has a gun left, so he shoots.
And scores.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
There it is.
Completely
Big
misses.
fat 0.
That's probably worse than if he had hit. Let's
Yep.
actually be honest.
Mhm.
This time there's only one rifle firing, so although it does prick hole that.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Looks like Chris too.
Oh no.
They're
Oh no, I've been there. I've been the big gun boy, not being able to shoot his big gun, and I'm like, but I'm the gun man.
I'm
The
sure.
Big
I'm
guns,
sure.
that's what they call me.
I'm
all
sure
the
I'll get a
ladies.
chance eventually.
You could have had
ladies call
Lone
me Big
steal the
Gun.
door behind you, and then just gone to town. But
I'm all good. I'll get to turn someone into jam someday.
Well, the
Welcome
whole
back.
point of not sealing the door behind us was that we still have an
Thank
escape
you.
route back when shit goes sideways.
We are glad to be here. All right, so Nathaniel, you were just telling us about how fucked we are.
I
So,
believe, yeah.
so we lost you after you said that. Oh, it was only one guy shooting.
There's only
And
one
then-
guy shooting, so although
and
he
then-
puts a huge hole in the side
oh
of the
yeah,
station,
so he puts holes.
he
in the
only
side. It's not
sucks
as-
a Beodoo now, and
It's
since he
not-
can teleport, we're good.
It's not as dramatic as the last round because there was 2 guys shooting. So
Okay.
I followed that up by saying, any more bullets though, and this will no longer be a happy place to be.
Is it really a happy place to be? Are we in
I don't feel
Wonderland?
like we're in a happy place.
I don't know if we're in
We're happy
Kansas
place.
anymore, guys.
And then I said, it's over to you, Spindo.
All right. Well, I have my order. So I guess I'll be using the run action to go and pick one of these guys up,
Okay.
and then
The bleeding or the more bleeding guy?
Yeah.
if I pick up the more bleeding guy hard, will he die? Because I might just go for that.
That'd be pretty
No,
great.
I'll pick
Enough
up the
people to deal
one-
with, yeah.
I'll pick up the one that wasn't screaming like a maniac. So I think
one
the
that's not
less
screaming.
bleedy one. I think.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
the one you shot in the shoulder.
Don't
Yeah.
get your nice EV suit messed up.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, so you go and you scoop them up, you run back out kind of thing? Or run back
If
towards the
you
door?
allow me to do all of that, yes.
What is running? Is running
Seems
as
like a
well?
lot of.
Well, picking up
Run-
someone
run
with
is a fast action.
Run is
Yeah.
also a fast action. So it really depends how much you're going to let me run.
Yeah, it just seems like a little distance cover, but we are Marines.
Well,
Hmm.
I don't see an action for grabbing somebody outside of not attacking them.
Pick up item.
Well, because
Item.
there's
It's not a
grapple
pickup item.
attack, but we're not really grappling them. We're basically just trying to grab them
They're
and
helpless at this. They're
cart
helpless
them
at
out.
this point, so they're not really resisting
I'm
you.
not trying to resist, but
Did
So
you
no,
say helpless? Coup de grace. No.
I
my
would
my
say-
signature move.
I say if you use both of your actions, you can get the guy, scoop
All
him
right.
up, and bring
I
him back
will
towards the
return with him to the hall in
Okay.
that case.
cool.
door. All right, so there's one guy
Kind of
who's still
mustard.
super bleeding or whatever, and there's still one dude with a rifle. So
Is super bleeding worse than regular bleeding?
yeah, I'd say so. Over to
Because
you,
only
Lou.
Superman does it.
Ah, damn.
Superman bleeds good.
Do I get a
Superman does
bonus for
bleed.
Superman
scooping up that
bleeds
guy?
well.
'Cause I was ordered
You had a bonus for what?
picking up men. I mean,
Oh my.
Picking
Oh,
up
yeah.
medicine. Wait.
Over to you, Lone.
Well, I was holding on to my action for sealing this room off.
Uh huh.
And nothing much has changed. We got all the way back around, and we're still just waiting to seal things off. So I think
We got one more guy.
Two guys got out.
Yeah, well, I think Alone in the meantime has kind of lost focus and is playing Pac-Man on the station computers.
Oh, okay. How's that going?
I'm getting there. I don't think I'm going to make it all the way to the glitch levels, though.
Pac-Man kill screen upcoming. Pac-Man
Why do I tolerate this guy on my team?
Make sure you stop over at the pack shop.
I'm not 100% sure, but I actually think you ordered me, Boone, and Dune to
Yes,
come.
yeah, because I was hoping that Lone would just kind of keep his action and prep it and all that shit.
Anyway, so Lone is using his slow action to play Pac-Man, and as his fast action, he's got his finger on the button he's rigged up for closing the door.
Okay. Boone? That leaves you the super bleedy guy again.
Yeah.
Or the other guy with the weapon. It's up to you.
Yes, it's true.
I'll run in and grab the very bleedy guy.
Very bleedy guy, nice. Like I said, as long as you use both actions to run and then run back, that'll be good enough for me.
I'll do that.
As you kind of go to grab him, he sort of stops screaming and kind of looks up at you like, just kind of like a wounded animal. Like it looks completely out of it. Like he's running like a horrible fever, and he's just like walking around in a daze.
He did just get horribly shot.
So he's sort of like one hand sort of floppily holding his side, and the other, and he's just sort of like his head's like wavering back and forth, like he's probably lightheaded given that he's suffering blood loss. But yeah, he just kind of goes into like sort of a calm daze as you bring him back into the corridor. So. Okay, Rav, with that then, your men have scooped up everyone who is not currently holding a rifle.
Nah, fuck the last guy. I gave him warnings. I'm like...
You tried.
I'd have to run in, disarm him, or just punch him in the face first, and then drag his ass back out.
Yeah, I get it. What are you doing?
Lone, lock it up.
And done.
Okay.
Boone, see to their wounds. We have some interrogation to do.
Wasn't it upset?
I gave you your chance.
And the door seals as Lone assumably runs into the corridor before it shuts.
I was out in the corridor the whole time.
Oh,
I wasn't inside.
That's right.
Yeah, I left the room as soon as the shooting started.
Okay. But how? The power in the corridor was working. I thought you had gone into the cargo bay to find a terminal.
Well, you said that there was the controls on the outside of the door, right? That's how we got in the first place.
No, I had to manually...
Oh, you had to manually push them open. All right, well then I guess I probably was off in some corner of the room.
Yeah.
In that case, I ran a long line from that patch panel out into the corridor. I've definitely not been hanging out inside where all the shooting is happening.
What?
Gotcha.
No.
Gotcha. No problem. The door seals behind. You hear...
Stick 2 probes in there and get the hell out.
Yeah. The door seals, and your squad is now left unwounded. Congratulations. And with 3 sort of dazed, catatonic gentlemen, again all bearing the security officer uniforms of this station.
You know what the real problem with all this was? I left 5 whole feet worth of copper wire inside of that bay. That's not 5 feet I'm never going to see again.
You can open it back up if you want, Lone.
I think I'll just hold off for the moment.
All right, and you are out of initiative order.
And then I go to the guy that's uninjured.
Yep.
Kind of prop him back up. All right, start talking.
Who are you?
Sergeant Ramos Rav of the Colonial Marines, here from a distress call beacon.
The Colonial Marines? Stress call? When did you guys arrive?
Mere moments ago.
Moments ago. Well, I was just patrolling the cargo bay moments ago. We didn't get any
No,
call about the
you were
coral.
shooting us moments ago.
He looked. Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
2 of your other men were injured. Unfortunately, we had to. 1 was left behind. No choice there. And 2 more in the galley were decimated.
By you?
Not by us.
No. By something else. And when we entered the cargo bay, one of your men screamed "pirate."
Uh-oh, I think Chris and Nathaniel might have gone again.
Oh, I thought he was just like doing like a dramatic pause.
For a second, I thought it was my turn this time because everybody went very still.
Oops.
That's unfortunate.
Of course,
I'm just good like that.
I have to be very still. There's an alien behind me.
Shh. Don't spook the kitty.
It's a xenomorph.
It's very scary. It's also like relatively low poly on my screen, but very scary.
What are you talking about? That's my microphone.
Oh, the microphone that comes out, the mouth opens, and then the microphone comes out.
Imagine how like beefed up the xenomorph's legs are, man. Like they don't skip on leg day. Like how much muscle they must have in order to hold up that gigantic head.
Kurt,
but it's all carapace,
think
though.
about it. They're a bug.
Yeah, but all that thick muscle that's compressed inside those.
No, it's not even thick muscle. It's not even thick muscle.
In the
so exciting.
No. If it's like a bug, what's typically going to happen is it's like a rubber band that basically pulls and makes the leg move through the motion of the band stretching. That's how like ants and spiders and things do.
Richard would know.
Crabs do
He's
it.
a bug too.
I'm a bug too.
I'd finished addressing the guy.
Yeah.
And then I thought he went catatonic, but it was you freezing.
Oh. Okay.
So after I addressed him, there was nothing that was said.
Oh no! Oh, I went on and on. So you didn't hear anything about the pirates?
No.
Nope.
No. It ended right after.
They were probably very cool.
Unfortunately, I've run into this too, where it takes like a solid 20-30 seconds.
Well, when you're the one talking, of course.
That you got kicked, yeah.
Damn it.
So,
okay, yeah, so he had a whole big spiel. Okay,
Oh,
I'm
no.
going to repeat that whole thing. Okay. All right. Okay, so when you addressed him with Sergeant Ramos Rav of the United States Colonial Marine Corps, he
said, "So when did you get here?"
Yeah.
And then he said, "I've been patrolling this, just a moments ago." Said, "No,
and you were
you've been shooting at us." And he says, "Oh."
Yeah.
And that's where we
And then I
come.
froze?
And then I mentioned about the other bodies in the galley. That one of them
by you, and he said,
pirates.
"No, not by us."
Okay.
And then I mentioned pirates, and then your image went catatonic.
Okay, great. All right. So he looks around for a second and goes, oh, "Fuck, shit, pirates. We were Spire 2 let out a message to us. Some unidentified ship breached the outer airlock, sent out some phony SOS about having a hyperdrive out of whack. We thought we were doing something good, but they poured out. They were pirates. Started taking hostages, demanding equipment and money or whatever. We tried to explain to them this was a research center, not a gold vault. But it was too late. There were bullets firing, and as soon as they injured a civilian, we had to act. And he pauses. And then you showed up. I don't have anything in between that. I have no idea how long ago they showed up, even.
The guys in there, they're all kind of muttering.
Now, did you happen to perhaps by any chance ingest any drugs?
I mean, as per usual, we have various vitamin stimulants and things like that we're obliged to take.
Look, what date do you think it is?
Well, it's signal went out from Spire 2 6 o'clock Wednesday.
PM, what day is it?
That was about 6 days ago.
All right.
Provided it's that Wednesday.
So it's Tuesday.
Wednesday. What Wednesday? I need a date.
The 14th.
Still about 6 days ago.
I don't know how to tell you this,
Yeah.
but it's actually the 20th.
He stares at you, obviously, like not fully believing you.
We got that distress call 6 days ago. We have now been able to finally arrive and address the situation.
No. Spire 2 didn't send out a space-wide distress call. It was just an intercom distress call. Someone else must have sent an SOS. I guess it's possible. All 3 spires have comm towers in case there was ever a severance on the walkway. I guess somebody up in the command freaked and SOS. You guys must have been pretty close. This is a pretty remote sector.
We were the closest ship, yes. Now we're sent here to investigate and evac any survivors. Figure out what the hell happened here and see if we can salvage any Yutani tech or whatever needs to be done.
Yutani tech. Well, I can't speak for the other spires. Most of what we have here is barrels of canned food and stuff. There is a whole medical section above us. That's mostly what Deck 2 is. And Deck 1 is basically just the command module, 2 rooms and a little set of terminals. But
What's your name?
It's Smith.
All right, Smith. You're clearly missing about a week of your memory. I don't know what's going on here, but you weren't yourself just a moment ago when we encountered you.
Wait. You said you left one of my guys in there? Shouldn't we, get him out?
That cargo bay has been compromised. We had to evac as soon as possible. He was still hostile towards us. Nothing we could do.
I've just out of curiosity, GM, have we heard any more gunshots from behind the bulkhead that got sealed?
No.
That seems like he stopped firing once we left. As far as we know, fair.
Or he stopped existing once you left.
Either way, we need your help.
Permanence.
2 of your team are
Reloaded.
injured. 2 of your team are injured, one of them badly. We need to A, get some sort of medical area, and B, get to a security room, see what the situation is.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like I said, we have medical facilities just above us. They're hopefully still working, I guess. He looks up at the emergency lights. It looks like we have at least auxiliary power. I don't know what knocked out the power either. The pirates were clearly just going after the cargo. I don't remember any of them hitting anything. But apparently I've been out for 6 days, so what do I know?
All right, Smith,
Well-
I need you to lead the way, and I need you to be sure that you're competent in your mind right now.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Listen, if I did anything to hurt any of you, I obviously didn't mean to.
No, we're fine. It's just you guys. How you doing
Alright.
stabilizing that fellow there, Bill? You gonna make it if we have to drag him up to the next level?
I mean, the blue team should also have a corpsman. We could always drop off at least 2 of them with blue team.
I'd rather not have to drag all these suckers around.
Do what you can do, Boone. If we
Right.
need to leave them, we need to leave them.
Boone, make a medical aid roll, please.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if Boone... Oh, okay. I was going to say I have a med kit on me.
Right. Yes, that gives you.
That
should be if you want.
If Boone needs it,
Yeah.
I can lend it to him.
Yeah, everyone should have at least one. Except
Oh,
for you do.
okay.
So
Okay, I wasn't sure if
I
that
would
was
even have
a...
one as a backup.
No, you.
I wasn't sure if that was a personal thing or if it was like okay.
Yeah, everyone has a imp, which is a something medical personnel something. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that like a,
Everybody has
I
a
like,
small demon.
That's right. I have a little gremlin that heals me.
okay, so is that
individual
Goblin.
medical pack? Individual medical pack.
Okay.
There
okay?
we go.
So then it would be SOP. I think I would. Well, if you say I don't get one, I don't get one.
So is that like a one-time use item?
One-time use item, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I thought it was just like we have a medical kit that we can use. And okay, yeah, never mind then. Sorry.
I'm
Never
fairly
mind, you can't have it.
nothing.
I might need it.
Anyways, you succeed. And rather than stunts for medical aid, it just the number of successes is how many HP they recover. So mechanically speaking, the two guys who are bleeding out, you patch them up enough that they are no longer suffering from blood loss.
Well,
So,
thank goodness for
You ain't a
that.
psychiatrist, so you ain't gonna be able to help them with the whole, mental trauma thing. But they ain't gonna bleed on the floor and die on you. So that's nice, at least.
Well, we can just hog tie him and leave him somewhere.
From positive energy. They both kind of like, as you're patching them up, they both kind of come to and sort of just ramble on about where am I? Smith tries to fill them in the best he can, right? So that we don't have the same conversation repeated 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And then Smith says, okay, well, Sergeant Rav, was it? If your destination is up, sir, the only real way to do that is from the service elevator. That'll take us up one more deck. If you want to get to the command deck, there's a separate elevator you're going to have to take from deck 2. But yeah, assuming the service elevator still has power, we should be able to get up there, and I don't know, there should be medical personnel up there. So
Understood, Smith. And if I can warn you, what you'll see in the galley is not pleasant.
he nods. Okay. And he turns to the corner and notices, like, because the door was forced open, right? So he kind of like looks in and goes, he can, from here you can kind of see the outlines of the bodies, even if you can't make out details. So he sees at least one corpse and he's like, oh, okay. All right, well, this way, gentlemen.
I hold back for a second.
Yeah.
Spindell, you're trying to say something.
I was just saying we can send them to Blue Team. They have a corpsman as well, but it seems like Boone has them in order.
Yeah. No, I don't want to compromise our defenses in case. I don't know what's going on with these guys.
Should we at least warn them that there's another fire team in the cargo bay in case they decide to mosey that way?
We can mark it off as a clear area. I'm assuming we have like some sort of like spray paint or some sort of like marker or something that we can use to indicate a door's been cleared.
Chalk or something. Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay, so then I want to make that mark on the cargo bay door so nobody enters it.
Right, gotcha. Smith starts to tiptoe into the galley, trying to step over the debris and the corpses, and looks around. Oh boy, you guys weren't kidding. Well, my passcode works just as well as all the other guys on opening the service elevator, so I guess that's where we're heading.
Or
So
we
what is-
do. Are there any doors that lead to that same cargo bay in here?
He points to the door straight across. Yeah, that one goes to the cargo bay too.
Understood. I walk over and mark it.
Okay. He nods, looks at the elevator. Well, for what it's worth, soldiers, welcome to Tenebra Station.
So glad to be here.
And let's take
very
our
cool time here.
break here. It's 10 after. Let's come back at 20 after. I realized the break was way later than normal, but we were in the middle of a fight, so
We also started a bit later. So
Started
late.
later.
We had technical
Yes.
difficulties.
Sorry.
yeah.
Understand.
Is everybody okay going to like 11 because we didn't really start till 8?
I'm okay.
Okay.
yeah, I'm good.
Okay, great. So let's take a break. We'll see you at 20 after. We'll start
Till
that.
then.
Bye.
So, all of you are making your way towards the galley. Smith has gone over to the elevator, And he's just giving like the keypad a cursory glance. Well, it looks like there's still power to the elevator, and he like waves his security pass over the scanner, and he goes boop boop, and it goes from red to green, and the elevator doors start to slide open, and they open very widely. Like I said, like it's a service elevator, so it's designed to have people enter as well as like trolleys and whatever.
Before the doors open, I would like to point out that Lone has made sure that he is not directly in line with the opening.
Okay, so when
Yeah, and I
Xenomorphs
was
pop out, they actually kill Smith
Everyone
instead,
else.
so-
I was also
Yeah.
going to be making a comment towards him too.
Okay.
No,
Right.
Smith, I don't think it takes a rocket scientist to realize that whatever was happening here was aimed towards this elevator.
He looks back towards like the tables that have been turned over. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the elevator rides all the way up to deck 2 and all the way down to deck 6. So, I mean, if the pirates made it over onto the spire, they could have come from below us.
Needless to say, you should step back with us.
Yeah,
Brace for
sure.
anything that comes in.
Sure. And he does so. The doors finish opening, and the elevator's empty.
Go figure.
Is it empty?
Where-
What do my elf eyes see?
What are we even playing this for? Like, is this even a jump scare thing? Come on.
I don't do jump scares.
But
No, sure. What are your elf eyes? see?
Jump scare.
The elevator looks fine actually, because it's got like its own little light on the roof and it's a smaller space. It's actually more brightly lit than any of the other corridors are. Like it's like looks like an elevator in a mall or whatever. Like it's lit so pleasantly. It seems very much out of place in these like dark, like bleedy red corridors that you've been in so far.
What about the condition of it?
I mean, it looks like it's never been replaced ever, but it looks serviceable. Like the doors open, they're not like, they're not like.
What about, well, more so battle damage and stuff?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, it's caked in blood. There's 20 corpses in it. Actually, surprisingly, there doesn't seem to be all that much to it. There is some odd marks on the walls. Like it looks like scratches. But more like metal to metal, as opposed to like someone's taking their fingernails to it. Like someone bumped the trolley into the wall too hard or whatever. Nothing that would betray that there was a firefight in the elevator.
I see.
But certainly nothing to necessarily say there couldn't have been. There just isn't like bullet holes riddled into the back of it.
Gotcha.
Smith sort of leans and peeks and says, "Okay, so obviously all of us will fit in here pretty easily. If we ride this up one floor, that'll take us into the sort of medical science area. A lot of the rooms in that area are blocked off from a lot of the personnel, but the security cards should let us into pretty much everywhere, including the communication center on deck 1.
That's good to know.
Yeah. He shrugs. It's like, I don't know what kind of damage might have been done to the system in 6 weeks, but we should be fine. And last I checked, when I first rotated into this station, there were 5 people working in the medical clinic. Plus, we had people who, suffered serious work injuries, all the way down to people who complained about tummy aches. So, I would imagine we should be expecting at least, 6 to 8 people up there.
Understood. Now, do you know what kind of research was going on in here?
Right, I was just about to ask, what sort of freaky shit were you getting up to?
He shrugs. Don't ask, don't tell, right?
Yeah, but we all know rumors spread.
Okay, well, rumor has it that they were... He rolls his eyes a little bit. I know it sounds stupid, but rumor has it they, like, found something floating out in space or whatever.
They found something floating out in space?
Yeah, like, it was like, I don't know, it was like in a vial or something, or like a thermos. Anyways,
So not like a person, not like a person sized.
He squints at you. No, I mean, I guess you find people in space sometimes if a ship blows up or whatever, but they ain't coming back.
Yeah, sometimes you find people in space. Yeah. Okay, that's good that we did not find another person in space there.
Do these rumors indicate when they may have found said thing in space?
He shrugs. No, not really. I've learned when you're dealing with these Wayland, you tiny chumps, you just keep your eyes on the job, do your patrols, end your patrols,
Right.
keep yourself to yourself, and
Just keep your head down, collect that paycheck, right?
They don't ask you for any extra favors.
Well, this is what we're here for, Smith, and you other two. If you help us out, show us the way. We're your ticket off this place.
Yeah. Okay. So Rav, are you having the other two that Boom patched up come with you guys as well?
If it's either they stay behind or they're coming with us.
Right.
That was kind of my ultimatum.
Right. They all look at each other for a second and say, They murmur. Another one of the other security guys speaks up. It's like, Smith, I think maybe Jones and I should stay here. Maybe we should watch the galley. Make sure nobody else comes up the elevator that's not you. And Smith kind of turns back to Rav as like does that sound reasonable?
Look, you do you. That's not my problem. If you do interfere with our operation here, that will be my problem.
Sarge, I think that's actually a pretty great idea. Maybe I should go back to our entry door and secure that. What do you think?
Lone? No.
Damn. Well, it was worth a try. All right, up and onwards.
Yes, it was. You had me there for the slightest of seconds.
I know one of these days, Sarge, I'm going to catch you off guard. You're going to be like, yes, and I'll be off like a shot.
Oh, one of these days, right?
I mean, we can go back and he couldn't be alone. You can send two of us.
No, he'll always be alone. It's his last name.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, cut me off from my joke. God, how could you do this to me?
Okay.
Is he yelling at God right now? Like in universe?
God, this is the last time.
This is the last time I'll let you get away with stealing my joke. Gonna get you.
Does this guy do this a lot? He's talking to nobody.
Smith nods to the other two.
I guess you don't believe in God, eh?
And they start kind of straightening out the galley a little bit, like trying to get some chairs back upright and all of that. Like just kind of busy work, like meaningless cleaning, but they're just trying to do something. And then Smith gets on the elevator. Assumably everyone else does as well?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if it looks safe and nothing jumps out at him from the ceiling and grabs him and rips him through a small tiny hole that
Why would you
other
think that
human
would
wouldn't
happen?
fit through,
I don't know.
Why would you even
about?
expect that?
then yeah, everything is fine.
It wasn't gonna happen, but now that you mention it,
Yeah.
Nathan's like, shit, I need to write that down.
The elevator didn't
Good
buckle or
idea.
Say it again. Small, tiny.
The elevator didn't move
Rips
or buckle
through.
with the amount of weight added to it, did it?
No. This elevator's obviously meant to carry like big canisters.
Oh, this is like a
and-
freight elevator. Okay.
This is like a
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
So,
Not to be confused
six-
with an afraid elevator.
six dudes. Even with most of you, like with 80 pounds of gear, is not going to bother this elevator. So,
Yeah, this elevator doesn't have feelings to hurt in the first place, so
The doors slide close. Smith runs his his pass card over the elevator buttons, and they light up. Yeah, so this is a security measure we added in. We had some hooligans going up and down the freight elevator for joyrides, so we made it so that they only turn on with security passes. And then he pushes the button labeled 2.
Wow.
All right,
you
here we
must
go.
have amazing recreational facilities here if people were stealing the elevators for joyrides.
He just looks at you with like a dead expression.
Yeah, you don't have a water park deck?
Mm.
This
No.
place doesn't have the water park deck.
No, they
John
skipped
laughs.
that one. Yeah, John laughs. Water park. The elevator slides up. It's pretty smooth. There's a couple of times where it goes and it groans a little bit and shakes maybe a little bit.
like that.
We're
But
dead.
otherwise, it comes up smooth and stops. And the doors start to slide open again. And peeking into the corridor, you see that much like the galley, this place has been overturned. Medical gurneys have been flipped over into the hallways. Again, obviously looking like makeshift barricades. A lot of the windows here, which they actually did have like glass windows for observing patients, obviously, that kind of thing. They've all been smashed. And there's glass scattered all over the floors and the walls. Again, you just sort of have the red sickly glow of the emergency lights going down either side. So the elevator has opened out. You're not in any kind of alcove. It's just open straight out into like a hallway that branches to the left and to the right. It goes straight for a while and then starts to circle around, obviously because the station is round. And you can see what they've done here is the center of the spire is sort of just wasted space. And on the outside of the area, they have various medical rooms, creating sort of the outside of the deck. And then the hallway acts as like this, just one basically big central corridor to travel to whatever room. You can see rooms are marked like ICU, other ones are just marked like medical bay. There's signs all around the rounded hallway. There's one that's labeled like medical supply, locker, things like that. But everything that had a window has been smashed. Most of the doors are like either open completely, knocked off their hinge slightly, or at least slightly ajar. And like I said, just like the emergency light is good. Smith immediately goes, "Oh shit."
Hell. Well, think whatever happened here, soldier, we missed it.
Yeah. Care to elaborate, Smith? Did pirates do this?
I mean, I said like the service elevator goes all the way up here. If they offed a security guy and grabbed his card, I mean, it's not like the elevators check for retina scans or something.
What do you remember before it all went blank?
Well, like I said, they entered Spire 2. This is Spire 1. So they would have had to come across the catwalks that join the 3 spires together. That's surprising because there's ways to seal those off from each other. But maybe they somehow got into the override codes.
Those bodies in the galley, 2 of them appear to have some sort of security attire. The other 2 appear to be in civvy clothes.
He nodded.
Those,
I noticed that. Yeah, the pirates were apparently wearing that. Like I said, I never saw them. We just got descriptions.
I see.
Those catwalks, what kind of bulkheads are we talking about on the ends of them? Could they have just forced their way through?
He shakes his head. No, they would have had to have like charged explosives.
Lone at the description of the pirates as being just in civvy clothes, looks up and then sort of frowns. And as the conversation continues, he pulls Spindell aside. Now, correct me if I'm remembering wrong, but weren't the security guards and the guys in the civvies apparently facing the same way when we saw the dead bodies?
I mean, yeah.
They didn't look like they were looking at each other. They were standing like basically next to each other.
True. We don't know what happened after that firefight, though. Those bodies could have been moved, but based on the way I saw the scene, you're not wrong.
Well, fair enough.
Speak up, Lone. What's going on?
Lone pulls out his motion tracker again.
You are getting motion to your left that is definitely not any of you. It is fast. It is skittery. It would match the profile of rodents or other smaller mammals in its movement.
Contact, and Lone pulls his service pistol out, points in the appropriate direction.
Is that in a room or in the hallway that we're in?
In one of the rooms, yeah.
Okay.
One of the rooms with the smashed glass and the overturned gurneys.
Okay.
Something small and fast, Sarge.
Good eye, Lone.
All right. Yeah.
Lead the way.
I guess my pistol will be out too, since we're not sealed off right now.
Mm-hmm.
Is Dune able to hear anything that the other guys are not able to?
Can I have you roll observation again?
Absolutely, I can roll observation again.
You hear all the screaming
That's
that's
two
outside in
hits.
space.
Okay. In lieu of letting you pick a stunt, I'll give you something bonus.
Ooh.
I wanted
Yeah.
to show off.
Yeah, this sound is very clear skittering. I imagine as a dog person, you've probably heard a dog like run across tile floor
All the time.
all the time. And like the sound of like the nails on the tile floor, like it sounds like that. And
So like having a hard time getting grip on it? That's interesting.
yeah, like something's like running across and sort of like running and slipping at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's got that sort of like dogs on tile kind of feel to the sound. Bonus. Beodune, as you gaze in the direction of the noise, you notice that one of the windows, like one of the glass mirrors along the hallway, isn't actually smashed. There's one single one that's intact, and you swear you see reflected movement. Like you're looking in a mirror and you see someone run behind you in the mirror.
Dune whips around and points in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Like
not this way, that way.
Yeah. Staring down the hall, you don't see anything though, other than flipped over gurneys and some caked blood on the ground.
Lone spins in that direction, looks down at the motion tracker, slowly tracks back. Not seeing anything there.
Yeah. And there was no blips on the motion tracker at the time when Beodune saw the run. So
I saw him in the... this place is messing me with like just like the other place. It's just like the other ship. I don't like this.
What the
Let me
hell
just a
is
trick
it?
of the light, Mike. Like, no, keep a weather eye out.
Whatever else happens, something's running. I don't know if it's in fear. I don't know what's happening there, but something was running. You are correct. I can hear that with skittering, like real, like I don't know if any of you have a dog back home, but like it sounded like dogs running on tile.
One of your people, obviously.
Hey, that is xenophobic.
Actually, maybe not the best time for this, but does Dune show up on the motion tracker?
If
yeah,
I
he
move,
makes motion. So
it's like I guess Halo. You only show up if you're moving. If you're not, you're not.
yeah, exactly. So
All right,
but all it's
Sarge, are
checking
we
for is
gonna?
disturbances and airwaves. So Beodune's
And
still
also,
doing that.
presumably, the operator can adjust for a certain area, so he's not constantly getting a blip whenever he moves or someone right next to him
Yeah,
does.
Yeah, and you
sensitivities.
have an IFF thing too, so you can mark colors. Like you can, even if you, like, for example, if you wanted to track the Marines moving, but you wanted to know that, like, oh yeah, these 5 are us, you could
Are
like mark
friendlies.
it as like friendly movement versus not.
Sure. And we've got some blue dots here, and we've got some
Yeah,
red
exactly.
dots. The red dots are coming towards the blue dots.
Yeah.
Are there a
think
lot more
we're
red
the blue
dots than
dots.
blue dots?
A lot
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. I think we're the blue thingy.
All right, sorry.
All right.
Are we gonna push up on this this movement?
Judging by our surroundings, we need to investigate this. Smith, are you with us? Or are you backing off?
I'm with you, but I'm unarmed, Sergeant, so I probably shouldn't stay near the front.
Understood. I also recommend you find the closest breathing apparatus you can, in case of any breaches. Spindell, you are hereby authorized to use your smart gun.
Yeah, Smith looks panicked and nods. Says, okay, well, one of the supply closets should have hazmat suits or some kind of, portable oxygen device. Can I go look for one?
Point the way, we'll take you there.
Okay, so he continues down the hall. He's like, well, there's that one, but you would be passing the room where we saw the motion, sir. So I guess the other option is for me to go that way. And he points behind them. Points behind you.
In the direction that Abudian saw movement?
Yeah.
Look,
Oh, of
Smith,
course it's that way.
if you want to go on your own,
Well, it's only two directions because it's a circle.
that's not my problem. That's your own prerogative. You either stick with us or go on your own.
Well, if you're going to compromise the bulkhead, I probably should be looking out for numero uno, right?
Hence why I gave you the warning.
He nods and starts to move back the way you guys came, the other direction, towards one of the lockers.
This the direction that you said that Abudian saw movement?
Yes.
Well, he's screwed. Bye.
Good luck.
All right, Spindell, take point. We're moving up on the movement.
Spindell holsters his pistol, grabs the handles on his smart gun, and moves towards the room with the motion.
Okay. As you continue to walk up,
Given that Spindell is playing with smart guns now, Lone puts his service pistol back into its holster, and he loosens the strap on his pulse rifle a bit so that it's sort of sitting loosely in one hand, ready to be pulled up into position. And he continues with the motion tracker.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I do
Seeing
something.
anything at the moment?
I do something similar.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell's going on in the station, men.
Hmm.
But like I said, our number one priority is getting out of here alive.
Aye, sir.
Boone, do you do something similar, or do you stick to the pistol?
I'm gonna stick to my pistol.
Boone, do you want to pull out your rifle or?
Spindell, quickly! I need you to roll mobility or stamina, your choice.
Ooh.
At least you get a choice.
Where's
Could be
the
worse.
At least you get a choice before you die.
Before I roll
Um,
this, we have full gravity here, yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Which ones? Sorry,
For
stamina
now.
or mobility?
So,
it was
so
just-
far.
He only
just
needed
for
it from me.
Spindell. It was just from
Yep.
Spindell. Okay, excellent. One
That's good.
success. Great. So the terrifying thing that leaps at your face, you manage to actually grab before it manages to get itself around your throat. As Spindell grabs it with both hands to keep it away from his throat and face, the little whip-like tail sort of thrashes sort of ineffectively against his body armor. Spindell, even you are a tough dude. It is taking everything in you to keep this creature off of your face.
Dune
What does
can
the creature look like? It's a strange sort of flesh-toned crab creature. It's got little legs like human fingers, but they're way too long and they have too many knuckles on them. Like I said, it's got a strange whip-like tail, sort of coiled up like a snake, and it's continuing trying to lash at Spindell, clearly trying to aim for his throat. And the center of the creature it's fleshy. It's like
Orifice-like?
Orifice-like, yes. And there's a little like tube-like mouth, like on an eel, just sort of like slothing and making like slobbering sounds as it sort of ineffectively starts trying to peck towards Spindel's mouth.
Even through his EV suit, presumably,
So,
around the outside of the helmet.
yeah, so
The mouth running and slobbering down the front of the helmet.
Spindel's got like inches away from the EV suit helmet. So every time the little thingy like strikes at the thing, it just leaves like weird slobber on it. So Spindel, you are fine, but it is taking all of your concentration to keep this thing off of your face.
So I can't do anything else with it.
No.
All right. So who gets to act next?
Or are we in combat?
You're not in combat per se.
Can Dune flash step over and stab the thing with a knife?
Yeah, your
Ooh, that actually sounds appropriate.
your teleport would be faster than anyone else's movement.
Yeah,
So,
anybody else able to run there?
Or reaction, even.
So then, Dune would blink over there and try to hook the knife in through like where the mouth is, getting it, pulling it away, and trying to stab at the same time.
okay. You stab the creature on one side or whatever, and a powerful spritz of acid splashes at both of Biodune and Spindel.
Oh man.
Shit.
Now to find out whether fairies are acid proof.
I did not roll any 6s though, so
Good.
So you're not dead yet.
both of you are able to evade the brunt of the acid. It sort of splashes the walls, and you can see it melt away at the outer metal plates of where it landed on the wall and the floor.
Holy
Holy
hell.
shit!
But the creature that Biodune has stabbed stops moving.
Does it sort of go limp in?
Yeah, it just goes it twitches like a dying
Spindel's
bug
hands.
does, and then it just drops.
I told you, I've seen movies with shit like this. This ain't going to end well.
Now that's something. Never seen one of those before. Good catch, Spindel.
You're telling me this thing comes from your world, Dune?
No. I got nothing like this. I don't know what the fuck this thing is.
Sure
This would
didn't
explain.
do the deck plights any help.
Spinel, do you need any attention?
No, I think I'm okay.
Boone,
Spindel
look over his EV
very-
suit just in case.
Spindel very briskly puts it on the floor. Knowing that its blood is acid now, he's just like, I'm just gonna put this down gently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold still there, Spindel.
Immediately, Boone goes to study it.
All right,
Well,
looks like
while Boone satisfies his intellectual curiosity, Lone is going to do a quick one over on Spindel's suit to make sure that everything's still tip top.
You should probably check Dunes as well.
looks like close combat's not going to do anything against whatever the fuck this is. Holy shit.
How's Dune's knife?
Buddy, I've been to New Jersey. Well, that's not true. I wish I could have gone to New Jersey in its prime. I hear they had rats the size of like dogs.
Dune's knife plunged into the molecular acid of this creature. It is still intact, but it has melted away at pieces. It is a Swiss cheese.
It's sort of a lump of metal as opposed to a knife at this point.
I give Dune my knife.
Okay.
I mean, thank you.
Well,
He takes the knife and
not-
puts it in his holster. as
You're
well.
not going to be able to keep using that one.
I hope I can keep using other people's knives, because if that's going to go the same way, hopefully I keep having a knife on me. Also,
Bet you wish you took a gun.
yeah, well, if I took a gun, you might have got sprayed with acid and you might not be standing. So be happy I did what I did.
Smith comes back around the corner to join you from behind. He's obviously found himself some sort of medical hazmat suit. He sort of zippered himself in. It's not as nice as your EVs, but
It'd probably be enough to keep him alive for a bit.
yeah, probably. And he's just standing, like, pointing back the way he came. There's no one. They're dead. I don't.
Hi, Smith. Seen anything like this before?
And he looks down at the creature. He just shakes his head without talking. No, but maybe it came out of that thing I saw. And he points back towards one of the rooms. You might want to take a look at what I found. It's some kind of. He shrugs at himself. I don't know, like an egg.
Oh, goody.
An egg, you say?
Did anything
nods.
come at you?
He shakes his head. No, I found 3 people, but they're all dead.
Guys?
Describe them.
Medical personnel, obviously. I recognize them all. I've known them for months.
Describe the condition you found them in. How are they dead? What killed them?
He sighs. Oh man, I'm sorry. You guys must deal with this all the time.
Not this.
2 of them looked like their necks got broken. They're lying in weird angles. The 3rd one has a big hole in his and he swallows hard, like he's gonna puke.
Mm-hmm.
Got a big hole in his abdomen area.
Well, time to study their bodies.
Soldier,
We have time to study their bodies if we're going to get attacked by more of these things?
to bog out before we get bogged in.
Understood. I'm going to see if I can contact Blue Team.
Hi, sir. I'll try and get you a comm link.
Thanks, Lone.
And Lone starts looking around to see anything that looks like, we've got some intact circuitry going.
Okay, so let's do this. So Boone wanted to study the creature, so I'll let you roll observation, Boone. Chris, roll me Comtech. Anybody else taking actions, or is everyone else just sort of holding?
I just want to do a quick check of the room that the creature came out of, provided it's not a huge room.
No, they're all like individual rooms separated by walls and windows.
Yeah, I would be going with Spindel.
Okay.
At this point, nobody would be going off on their own.
Okay, gotcha. And Abiodun, what about you?
I don't know.
And sorry, for reference, Smith basically just follows Rav wherever he goes, unless Rav tells him not to.
Yep.
So,
Dude, just hang out with me, would you? Wouldn't mind someone watching my back while I manipulate.
Yeah, absolutely. If you could stay in pairs, make sure you stay in pairs. It's been apparently 6 days. There could be way more of these things.
And Smith, if you don't want to see what you just saw, I suggest you stay with Boone there.
he nods. Yeah, of course. All right, so let's see those
Babysitting
rolls. No success on the observation. So Boone, first of all, it's hard to approach this thing on the ground because acid. Even the little bit that's trickling out is starting to burn little holes into the metal floor around it.
Oh, fun.
You have some tools in your surgical kit, but I mean, you're hesitant to poke and prod it because acid. Doesn't strike a bell on you? You've taken some biology classes back in the day. You've taken animal identification courses as part of EMT trainings for the Marines and stuff like that. Outer space travel. There are extraterrestrial animal life forms, that kind of things. Even if there's no intelligent life ever been found. But this doesn't match anything that you recall from any of your textbook studies. So other than that, though, you don't really gather anything of interest. Meanwhile, Lone got 3 successes, so he has 2 stunts there. So yeah, okay. What are you going to do stunt-wise? Lone.
Well, let's take another look through the stunt stock here.
Maybe being able to establish comms whenever we need it.
Yeah, you don't need to roll to overcome the exact same challenge in the future. Mm-hmm.
That gives us 3 inanimate objects to do.
Wow.
I'm going to... Let's see here. I'm going to do it quickly.
Okay.
And I'm going to get some new or unexpected information.
Okay, exciting.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for picking the interesting option. Yeah, I'll address that in just 1 second. Spindel and Rav and Smith, I guess, by extension.
No, Smith stayed with Boone.
Oh, that's right. Smith stayed with Boone. That's right. Okay, you did order him to stay with Boone. Okay, so Smith and Rav and Spindel, you head into the room where this spider-like creature came from. You find a lot of smashed glass. You find one more corpse. This one looks like he ate his gun. Like he's very clearly holding a pistol. There's a big bullet wound in the back of his head. And you find a strange thing, sort of like glued onto the floor in one corner. The outside is all leathery, like some bird eggs can be in their early stages. But it's huge. It's the size of like a small dog or other animal like that. And the top of this leathery sort of, let's face it, egg-shaped structure is opened, like a flower blossoming.
That might be the egg thing that Smith was talking about, Sarge.
Yeah. Let's not approach it any further.
Maybe we should get him to peep the doorway, see if he can confirm that's what he saw on the other side of the ring.
Understood. You see anything else in here? I'm not catching anything.
Nothing of major importance. I don't blame this poor bastard. I would have probably done the same thing if I was in his shoes.
Yeah, some weird-ass alien egg thing. Not the first thing you want to see when you walk into a room.
I mean, just based on the sizing of it, I feel like it's not too big of a logic leap to guess that whatever that thing we killed out there came out of this.
Yeah. And considering it jumped right at us without hesitation, definitely hostile. Anyways, let's get back to the group. I got a call to make.
Lone, you managed to patch through to the comms.
Going for you, Sanj.
Yep.
You are online.
So Sergeant Rav to Blue Team, come in.
This is Corporal Ben Foster. I have you, Sergeant. Everything all right?
Yes, experiencing some anomalies. If you can give me the sit rep down there.
Yes, sir. Things still seem quiet in the cargo bay. The two security guys, I guess, that you got out of that other bay, they were knocking on the door. But I haven't opened it for them.
Understood. Here's the situation. We encountered a few security.
Mm-hmm.
They were acting strange. We were able to snap 3 of them out of them. 4 of them. The 4th one was a loss. There was apparently a pirate incursion here about 6 days ago, probably when that SOS went out.
Pirate incursion. Interesting.
However, there's something more than that. Something alien-like. We haven't encountered it before.
Interesting. What are your orders? He starts to break off, and another voice cuts in. Hello? Hello? Is anyone receiving this? Is anyone receiving this? Hello?
Identify yourself.
Oh, thank God, a human being. Oh, this is. Oh, glad. This is Commander Greaves of Spire 1. I'm in the comms station. The command elevator. It's not recognizing my security pass. I think there's something up here. Please, you have to help me.
Tell me how to get to your location, and we'll see what we can do.
Where are you?
I believe we're in Spire 2 in the medic bay.
No, you're in Spire 1.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Let me retake that.
Yeah.
I believe we're in Spire 1 in the medic bay, deck 2.
Oh, you're just below me then. Okay. Just head around to the north side of the medical areas. There's an elevator. It's labeled to command. That's all you need. All you should need is a security pass card. Any of the security guards would be carrying it.
Understood. Are you alone?
Yes, I am.
Have you encountered strange creatures that look like small crabs?
Strange creatures. No. That we heard some calamity, and I tried to get out of the comms area to help, but for some reason my pass card's not working.
Have you barricaded your doors?
The only way into the comms room is from this elevator.
Understood. We'll see what we can do to get to you.
Okay. All right. He's paused a second. Okay. I don't think that was anything. Please come quickly.
Understood. Now, and communications.
Okay.
All right, Tim, we got
Lone sees if he can click us back over to blue team, but I assume that it's no going.
No.
Mhm.
That was your bonus info.
Oh, nice.
Do we hear all of that in open comms?
Yeah. Because he just patched it through on this
Right.
terminal.
And everything we
Everyone heard
say
that.
is heard between all of us through open comms, right?
That's right.
Clarifying. We said that before?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, you all know the sit rep.
Suits.
We've now lost contact with blue team. Don't know what's going on there. Lone, see if you can boost the signal or whatever the magic you do. We also have a civvy upstairs we need to rescue.
Spindell wants to take Smith to the doorway and get confirmation that the egg in that room is the same thing he saw on the other side.
Smith gingerly leans in, a little hesitant, obviously. And when he sees what you're pointing at, he nods. Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Spindell turns back to the rest of the team. All right, so seeing as we have one in this room, he saw one on the other side of the ring. That means if our assumption that these crab things are coming from these, we have at least one more of those, at the very least, somewhere around here. So eyes open, boys.
Understood. Anything that is not human in shape, fire upon with extreme prejudice.
Aye, sir.
Okay.
That rule's due now.
Smith.
I saved somebody's life right in front of you.
Ouch! Boone is such a dick.
I saved a teammate's life right in front of your eyes. I've been awake
Anyways.
for 12 seconds.
Wow, that's shorter.
Wow, I've been awake for 5 billion years. What's your point?
Smith points around, like down and around the ring. The command elevator he's talking about is the last door on your left. I mean, it's a circle, but you know what I mean. If we go straight down this ring, it'll be the one most north to us.
Understood. You've been a great help so far, Smith. You have two options here. One, you continue with us. Two, you go back down and hope you don't encounter one of those creatures.
He thinks for a second. He looks. He starts to go with you, and then kind of looks at all your weapons as if it's all the same with you. I think this might be a good time for me to rejoin the others, see how they're doing.
Understood.
He pulls out his access card. Do you need this?
No, I have one of my own. And I pull out the one I got from one of the security guards downstairs.
Right. He nods. Yeah. All right.
So, mate, you're not going to be able to activate the elevator without it.
He nods. Right. Of course. Good luck. Good luck, troopers. Thanks.
You too, Smith.
And he does a 180 and starts walking towards the service elevator.
Well, he's
Gets
dead.
grabbed by an ankle. No.
Never to be seen again.
That's all blood.
As you approach the computer, as you approach the elevator, you can see it's got the same sort of like little scanner swipe thing that all the other elevators have had. And assuming you do so, the doors start to gently glide open.
Yep,
But
and
only after I've taken a long step to the left.
and we brace for anything that might pop out.
This is a regular human-sized elevator, definitely not a service elevator. So 5 Marines with their stuff getting on this elevator takes almost the full size of it, or would take the whole full size of it. So just be wary of that.
Does the smart gun get stuck between the doors as they try to close each time, and then Spindel's like, "Oh, sorry," and then he has to lift his gun up?
Spindle probably has to pitch it forward to get in, but he has enough clearance that he can kind of keep it forward. So.
No worries. I was just imagining like an Ace Ventura elevator scene.
Yeah. And then once everyone's inside the elevator, we all shuffle around to be in the order that we want to be in.
Uh-huh.
Bum, ba-na-na, bum. All right, boys, how are we going to do this?
The doors close.
It's your call, Sarge. I'm going to stand, and Lone takes that long step to the right to put himself back behind Spindel. After all, I've got the motion tracker.
Yes, Spindel, you take point. Like I said, anything non-humanoid, open fire.
Understood. We have a presumed civvy, an important one up here. So, smart gun, probably
Yes.
no. Yes.
Smart gun is a yes.
Understood.
Whatever the hell that thing was, it's not the only one, obviously.
That's your foreskin on the line.
Look, if we get out of this alive, they'll believe whatever I tell them.
So like I said, Rav, to activate the elevator to go up, you have to like sort of sweep the card over the buttons. So.
I do so in a very elegant and glamorous style.
Okay, this one only has an up and a down, because obviously this only meant to go from decks 1 to 2. So
I caress it gently for the up way.
all right.
Where's the left button?
Where's the left button? Willy Wonka's. The elevator starts
The
to
Great
move.
Glass Elevator. You thought it too.
It glides. Yep, I did. It glides. It glides up gently. Actually, a gentler trip than the first elevator.
Their elevator,
Sure, the command crew gets the nice smooth elevator.
elevator music.
A couple of minutes pass, and then there's a bad thunk. And the elevator shakes a little bit, and at first you you brush it off because it's like, okay, well the cable, the other one shook or whatever.
No, I don't.
No, we don't.
Shift my pulse rifle.
No, we don't.
Wait, no, that wasn't the sound. That was the sound of something dropping onto the top of the elevator.
Yep.
There's a quick tearing sound of metal and a terrible, terrible hissing noise. All of you hear it as plain as day. It's the largest, longest reptilian sort of hissing and snarling noise combined. And when I say combined, it really is combined. Like the noise is coming out of 2 mouths simultaneously.
Nope. No, it's not. You're lying.
It echoes through the metal of the elevator and bounces into each of your ears. And it's a terrible hiss as you begin to bring your weapons upwards. But Abudun, you don't hear a reptilian hiss. It doesn't sound like that to your ears. It's not that it's amplified or increased. You don't hear a hiss.
What words are they saying, Chief?
You hear hee hee hee. It definitely sounds like a small child laughing. And we're going to end our session there.
Fucking hell.
Nice.
Of course you get us to the elevator shaft of all freaking places. I hate you. I hate you.
Children, because that's how fast the life cycle goes.
I hate you.
Classic. Excellent. Had a nice session, Nathaniel.
I'm sure
Way to go.
Fine. I'll point my smart gun up and
point it up and let it go. Who cares about that acid blood?
One of us is going to get drenched in acid and die. All right?
No worries. That's never been a problem for me before.
I have to say, I'm very impressed. I don't think you could have possibly written a more precarious situation. We can do nothing.
Rats in a box.
Dude teleports out and up to the top of the shaft where he hangs from the cables and not dies.
If we, break the cables, if we hit anything that sprays acid blood, we ruin the cables.
I
Even
get.
if we kill
If you
it, we
shoot at the
die.
cables,
But if I'm at the top
you
of
might
the-
break the cables.
If I'm at the top, I'm okay.
Well, guys, I guess you can say next week we're going to get shafted.
Shut your mouth.
I'm talking about Shaft.
Then I can dig it.
Talk about Shaft.
Now, the good bad news is you guys might be shafted. The good news is everybody gets 3 experience points.
Wow.
Because we don't get to use it, we're gonna freaking die.
Hooray. I looked it up. It won't matter, though.
So everyone should be at 7 now. So you can either just hang on to it, or you can spend 5 of them to do something. So I'll just reiterate. You can spend 5 to increase any one of your skills by 1. Remember, you cannot raise your attribute, solely your skills.
Right.
Any of those can be increased by 1. The absolute cap for a skill is 5. Or you can spend 5 XP to give yourself a new talent.
And is a new talent restricted like it was before?
Yeah, so you can pick anything from the Colonial Marine talents, and you can pick anything from the general talents.
Is there any particular advantage to banking experience since you reached the top?
No. Everything
Okay.
costs 5.
Might as well just spend them while you got them.
You might as well
Smoke them
spend
if you got them.
Smoke them if you got them, yeah.
All right.
Oh, so I wasn't kidding. I really did level up.
Do I have any extra talents to choose from because of my class?
No, your
Or-
talent.
I gave you all kinds of extra talents at the beginning, so...
Hey, look, I'm
that's
double
good.
checking. I didn't know if you had
Yeah.
something else in mind.
Yeah.
Well,
Uh,
a Biodoon should basically make it look like we're not in the elevator anymore. Then the alien
That-
doesn't have
no,
anything to acid.
They
prey on.
have no.
no.
That's not how their vision works.
Doesn't matter. They can't see through illusions, can they? They don't have true sight.
take
We
weapon
don't
special.
know that.
You can take weapon
do we?
specialist. It says
will-
specifically at the end you can be a specialist at fighting unarmed.
We will find out the fate of the rest of Tenebris Station and Red Squad next episode. Episode 4, Every Meal a Banquet.
Yeah,
Nice.
damn it.
Hey, there it is.
Me, Andrew Banquet Spindle.
So, we'll see you then.
Everybody stays real still. The
Bye,
xenomorphs
everybody.
can't see us.
Uh,
Have a good night, audience.
Thanks
Happy-
all.
Thank you.